Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you're ready for another adventure involving manors and ghosts and puzzles. I think they said there will be puzzles and confirmed chicken math. But we'll see. We'll see. Where there's puzzles, there's always opportunity for some chicken math. I'm sure. But yes, as far as I know, this is like a classic point and click adventure. And we're looking for some lost treasure. So that could be interesting where this takes us. Yes. Hello, Gloves. Hello, John. Hello, Crystal. Bob. And last boy standing. I think I got you all. Yeah. Let's get into it then. And let's see what this game has to offer. Okay, mini tutorial. We can interact and we can examine. Sounds good.
They said there was a treasure on the island. Its location, known only to the dead. I could see it in my dreams. How was I supposed to know that in order to find it, I'd have to die too?
Okay, well that's some opening. We're gonna have to die too? Yes, I think it's fully voiced, so I'm not gonna have to read all the dialogue for you. There's even proper intro credits. Yes, we can point and we can click. It's basically the gist of it. Yeah, it's very cinematic so far. No, we need to introduce all the cast and people who worked on it before we get to play. It's important. They worked hard on it, so need to get their credits. But yes, from what I read on the description of the game, it's a mystery where like a whole wedding party has gone missing. And I assume we're gonna be finding out about what has happened to all of them. Also, let me know if it's too loud, the game audio or not, because it sounds a bit loud on my end, but I'm not sure how it's coming through on the stream. Okay, music seems a bit loud. Okay, we'll turn it down a bit, and you can tell me if it's going better.
I think you're a fool. Everyone on Devil's Rock knows what happened to that house. Over 30 years it stood empty now. Locals won't go near it. I say all it contains now is dust, cobwebs, and bad luck.
I don't have time for ghost stories.
Then what do you want with it?
33 years ago, the Bellemore Trading Company was wound up and absorbed by the state. The owner's dead, the heir nowhere to be found. Money was missing from the company accounts, and it's still unaccounted for. I'm here to find it.
So you're a treasure hunter?
Not quite. I'm an auditor.
An auditor? Records, taxes, all that stuff?
Think of me as the adventurer of the accounts book. But on this case, I'm out of office and on location. At 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, the state's claim on that money lapses for good along with my commission. So I've got one night to find it. I'm overdue for a meeting with the parish comptroller to reopen the case.
The comptroller you're meeting wouldn't happen to be Theodore Grimes, would it?
Yes, I believe it is.
Would be hard to convince him, I'd say.
Why's that? I'm a good talker.
He died about 4 days ago. I'd wager he's waiting to be buried in St. Juniper Cemetery, stiff as a board.
Okay, that might be tricky. Talking to the dead isn't quite within my skill set.
Remember what I said about that house and bad luck?
My bad luck started long before that house. It's a 3-day journey to get here, and it took me 7. And ever since my suitcase got dropped overboard on the steamer, all I have to my name is a pocket watch, a magazine, and $1.
Less than $1, actually. You owe me for the taxi ride.
Okay, yes, so we're apparently working for the tax office. So, you know, that's an interesting twist on who our protagonist, because I thought we were like a treasure hunter or something. No, we're just here for that sweet, sweet tax money. And also, yes, we're getting an early visit from Firefly, because she was like, today I'm a lap cat and I want to be on your lap. Normally she does not do that. Yes, they're taxmen. They're here. They're here for your ghost money. They're like, I don't care if you're dead. Taxes. Taxes. Yeah, I guess IRS might be it. I assume if we have $1, then we're in America. Well, please, we have $1. We give it to the cab driver.
And here's your change.
So, now we don't have
$1. Take me
$1.
into town?
You can walk from here. No one with any sense would go further onto this island at night. And remember, the tide's coming in. Within the hour, you'll be cut off from the mainland until tomorrow.
That suits me.
Okay, I guess we're
I
staying
took
all
the pocket
night.
watch out of my vest and clicked open the cover. I've got 13 hours to find $13 million.
Unlucky for some, but if you're really dead set on it, here's a tip. Go find the Spirit Queen.
The Spirit Queen? Who is that?
I think you'll find you mean, what's that? Good luck, Murphy McAllen.
Okay, well, we're off. We paid for our ride and we're off. The prologue, the Spirit Queen, and the achievement said start on our foolish path, so we're being foolish. Because we're foolish mortals. How is the audio now? Is it still too loud, or is it good now?
Walking into the port town of Deadnettle, I could sense its history in every stone, brick, and plank. Echoes of merchant ships loading and unloading all manner of cargo from expeditions throughout the Caribbean. Gold and treasure that may still lie hidden on the island.
Okay, so people actually live here. It's not like completely abandoned, and you know, we're all gonna die. Okay, let me see if I can do settings to get just the music a bit down. And then leave the not on the keyboard, missus. Okay. So we've got doubloons, jewelry, room and board, hotel, I assume, some sort of theater. Yes, today suddenly she's like, oh yes, I love it. I want to be with you instead of just being behind the monitor. We have puppet theater.
The sign read, "The fantastic Fantocchio brothers will be performing tonight. All ages welcome. Tips welcome even more."
Yeah, they want money. We can watch puppet theater if we want to. There is a ladder going down into the water. We can go for a swim.
I had heard of the medical benefits of open-air night swimming. To my mind, the only medical benefit was diagnosing insanity in the people willing to do it.
Also, I am on the subtitles, so I'm probably gonna be on something wherever I go, but I guess if I go down here, at least I'm not on the subtitle. Yeah, it's supposed to be like inspired by a lot of the classic point and clicks, so hopefully it's also good then. We have poster for billiards, Captain's Club, dogs barking.
The poster advertised billiards at the Captain's Club, with 3 billiard balls and 2 cues framing a cube of billiard chalk.
And we're getting a very detailed description. Well, there's a guy fishing here, so someone to talk about.
Slap me with a paddle. It's a whopper.
Oh, okay.
Well, blast my barnacles. That's the 3rd one tonight. These fish sure must have been spooked by something.
Okay. The fish are also scared of ghosts. There's also a sunken boat here. Just kind of sticking out from the bay.
I thought better of swimming out to the wreck. As best as I could tell, all it contained was dock mud and the future promise of an antibiotics prescription.
But what about treasure? There could have been treasure on that ship. You never know. Okay, we
Are
can
the
go
fish
to dock.
biting?
Not so well today, to tell the truth. That was the first nibble in hours. I'm near Kipps, by the way. I haven't seen you around here before.
I'm here because I have a very important job on this island. A calling that only I can fulfill.
Taxes.
Dark secrets that I need to uncover.
Oh, you're a tourist. Now, why on earth would you choose Devil's Rock as the place to vacation?
I must have done something to upset my travel agent. The name's Murphy McCallan.
Nice to meet you, Mac. Not peckish, are you? You can help yourself to what I got here in my bucket if you like.
Oh, thanks.
Just like raw
My
fish.
expectations of a local seafood delicacy quickly unraveled when I plunged my hands into what felt like lumpy jelly. Ugh. There was a handful of fish guts.
Ha! That's the best bait you get around here. They smell pretty bad, but the critters on this island love them. Who would have known they're good at suckering in tourists, too?
You're just trolling us. Okay. It's like, yeah, you just got the tourists to stick your hands in the fish guts. Haha. Okay, so have you heard of this spirit queen that we're supposed to
Have
find?
you heard of the Spirit Queen?
Heard of her? Sure. But I wouldn't be heading out into the bayou at this time of night.
If she's out there, that's where I need to go.
Murphy, the bayou's dangerous. It's not the kind of place you want to go alone.
I'll be careful.
Well, if you're set on it, just take the western route out of town. Left at Pimlico Rock, then right on into the bayou. Without Docket gets in there, you'll see the lights guiding you the last stretch of the way. Just make sure the gators don't get too attached to you.
Okay. So we have to go to over there into the bayou.
What's life like in Dead Nettle?
Well, it's not the hustle and bustle it used to be, but it suits me just fine. The ships just don't come through Dead Nettle anymore. Not since the disappearance.
You must have been talking about the Bellemore wedding. The locals actually believed the story. Have you ever considered moving to the mainland?
Nah, I wouldn't like it over there. Crazies, oddballs, crackpots. The mainland doesn't have any of them.
Yeah, I mean, yes, they're talking about bayous and they're talking about gators, so I assume that sounds very like Southern America towards like Florida, maybe Louisiana, those sort of places. Yeah, like the architecture is all over, but at least from the words they use, it sounds very southern US. I mean, I never been, but from consuming other media, the description says Louisiana. Okay, we're in Louisiana then. Yeah, I mean, that's the game description. I've forgotten already. Okay, what you want to be? You want to be on the desk or you want to be on me? Because you can't be on the keyboard. Yes, powers of reading. I mean, it's like, it was in the game description. I didn't even properly remember.
What's that you're reading?
This is Herman Melville's Moby Dick.
Are you enjoying it?
I'm struggling my way through it, to be honest. I thought it was a how-to book. I much preferred the last book I read. It was much more action-packed.
What book was that?
The Encyclopedia of Fishing Lures, 3rd edition.
You know what book he would love? I have a book just for him. Catching Carps. There's always a good time for catching carps.
I'm going to get back to exploring the island.
I wouldn't go looking for it if I were you, you know.
Excuse me?
The folks this island gets now either seem to be looking for something or running away from something. You look like you're doing both. You've got your eye on that Bellemore treasure, and I wouldn't be doing right by you if I didn't warn you to stay away from it. I know this island has a reputation for the macabre, and it's all fun and games in the beginning, but dig too deep, and you end up in a place you don't want to be.
What makes you think I... Ned looked at me in a way that told me my playing innocent wasn't going to work. Okay, that's right, but I'm not a grave robber. I'm an auditor, contracted by the state.
It don't matter what your reasons are, Mac. You need to be careful with that house. Us locals, we don't go anywhere near it.
I appreciate the concern, but who can really say they've seen a ghost?
I have, Murphy. And I'm not the only one. Ever since the disappearance, anyone brave or foolish enough to go up to their house has seen the same thing. You might say it was moonlight shimmering off dusty glass, the shadow of a tree branch, or a curtain blown by an unseen breeze. But deep down, we all know what we saw.
What did you see?
The Phantom. It's not something anyone will forget. Every poor soul who's seen the Phantom has been plagued by the most awful experience. Night after night of endless nightmares. Months of restless sleep. Just visions of faces. Evil faces. Laughing. It's like it can infect your dreams.
And who do you think the Phantom is? Or was?
Nobody knows. But it must have been someone at that awful wedding. Someone who doesn't want to leave the house. Or doesn't want to let anyone in.
I appreciate your concern, but I have a job to do. I don't think my boss would be too happy if I report back that ghosts and ghouls are what's standing in my way.
You're not the first to come looking for the treasure, you know.
But if I find it, I could be the last.
Whether you find it or not, I hope that's true. For everyone's sake.
Nate's talk of nightmares was the last thing I needed to be worried about. Even if it was a job, ever since I read about the Bellemore treasure, all I could do was dream about finding it.
I think we got here on like a steamer, but then we just took a taxi to like take us to the town. Like, do we have a map? We have a diary. Okay, so this is our goals. Okay, we don't want to read the diary. This is hints. Hotspots map. There we go. There's a map, right? So I assume we like arrived at some port and the taxi just brought us closer to where we are, potentially. But I don't know. Maybe it's like a car that can go in the water. Like, I forgot what those are called, where it's a car boat. But yes, like, imagine, you know, you can avoid your taxes by getting your house haunted, then the IRS is not gonna come for you. Okay, we can fast travel using the map. Just walk over there. Okay, we didn't have to like do anything. We just had to click on the place he told us about, and here we are, the Spirit Queen.
After what felt like miles, the eerie darkness of the bayou gave way to the soft orange glow of a gas lamp. And beyond it, the last thing I expected to find in the heart of the swamp.
So we've got a gator and a
hand-painted
steamship.
lettering on the side of a paddle wheel revealed the Spirit Queen wasn't a person, it was a riverboat. Its hull sagged, the wood swollen and split from years in the swamp. Peeling paint curled like dead skin, and what remained of its once grand decks now tilted and crooked. It looked like a wedding cake that had been left to rot.
And bats. Lots of bats. Okay then, well, so why did the taxi driver tell us to come here, right? He was like, oh yeah, you wanna find the Spirit Queen, and then some ship in the swamp with gators. Was he sending us here to die?
I considered climbing the water tower, but I couldn't imagine what I'd find at the top other than stagnant, moldy water. And there was plenty of that in the bayou already.
Yeah, maybe we need stagnant, moldy water. Who knows? Might be important for some puzzle. You never know with those things. Yes. Why is there like a weird head on this lamppost?
As I took the shrunken head from the sign, it almost seemed to grin at me. Creepy.
Okay, well, I guess we're putting it in our pocket, even though it's creepy. Yeah, it's a secret hideout of some sort, like someone lives in there. But I assume we have to get past the gator. So we have an inventory. We have a magazine. Mary and Macabre magazine, The Vanished Wedding. For richer or poorer. Oh, it's like a whole thing we can read. Yeah, we're just keeping the head. You never know. A mysterious manor, a bewitching bride, and a treasure trove that remains undiscovered to this very day. Hide beneath a blanket as we recount the spooky story of the vanishing wedding of Bellemore Manor. They say it happened on Halloween night in 1899 on the ominously named island of Devil's Rock. The creme de la creme of Louisiana society had been invited to the grand wedding of Abigail Bellemore, younger sister of the Bellemore brothers, wealthy owners of the Bellemore Trading Company, which traded the waters of the Caribbean. British by birth, the brothers took over the Bellemore Trading Company upon the tragic death of its original founders, their parents, while also adopting their younger sister. The wedding of Abigail Bellemore was said to be the highlight of the year for Louisiana high society, but it was already a wedding plagued by scandal and tragedy. Abigail had declared her love for a sailor who worked aboard her brother's ship, eschewing the eligible bachelors across the South. Abigail was courted and proposed to by a commoner. The scandal! Unsure at first, but compelled by their love for their little sister, the brothers sanctioned the marriage and planned to make it a spectacle. But a fairytale wedding this was not. In the months leading up to the wedding, each of Abigail's brothers, one by one, went missing, never to be seen again. This writer's theory: murder! Who would accomplish such a heinous crime? The story takes a mysterious twist. The morning of the wedding, Abigail declares she would not marry the stalwart sailor, but would instead marry John Rackham, the first officer of the Bellemore Trading Company and its director, following the disappearance of the Bellemore brothers. Was the bride stolen from the sailor? Was the bride rescued by the officer? Or were the two men simply pawns of a demonic debutante? The following morning came, and no newlywed couple was to be found. Throughout the night, it is said that a huge green flash erupted from the manor house, and no one, not the bride, not the groom, nor any of the guests, was ever seen again. The house was abandoned, the Bellemore Trading Company broken up and sold off, the island left to fade into obscurity. And yet the wealth of the Bellemore family has never been found. Gold, jewels, or even more esoteric treasures all still lie undiscovered. To this day, the house is avoided by anyone who knows its past, and still stands at the heart of the Bellemore estate, rotting away with its fading secrets that's still locked inside. What happened to the vanished wedding? What happened to the Bellemore treasure? The story gets stranger still. Rumors around the Bellemore brothers had an interest in the occult, and this dalliance with the dark arts may have seduced them. Could voodoo from the Caribbean expeditions have infiltrated Bellemore Manor? On occasion, the night sky above Devil's Rock still illuminates with green glow, a memory of that fateful night with an entire wedding vanished. Or perhaps it is a beacon to a priceless treasure still waiting for an adventurer foolish enough to pursue it. Till death do us part. Okay, well, that's the story. Yeah, you can adopt your sister. Yeah, surely you're already family. You don't need to adopt her. I guess that's like a... their phrasing for they became her guardians, but yeah, like, you're already family. We have Yarley Bellemore, the actor, a luminary of the stage on both coasts when his schedule allowed it, initially writing and performing plays, but in later years commissioning their production through his philanthropic efforts as his schedule were overtaken by rapidly growing business. Xavier Bellemore, the explorer, a member of the Captain's Club and the Globetrotters Guild, Xavier was the heartbeat of the Bellemore Trading Company's ventures in the Caribbean, where the three brothers made lucrative trading contacts that spread to the United States and across the Atlantic. And Cecil Bellemore, the scientist, lauded as a genius for its inventions and scientific rigor in the areas of electricity and transportation. Rumors abound about possible technological discoveries that would have been announced if only he had not disappeared. And then everything you need to make your own kazoo, plus a book of sheet music, impress your friends. Okay, just comb and some tissue paper are all it takes to make music. Just send the coupon below with 5 cents securely attached to receive the required materials. Have the popularity you have dreamed about. Become a musical maestro in the making. Please allow 6 weeks for delivery. No guarantee of success. Yes, we need our kazoo. But if it already tells you it's just some comb and a tissue paper, so why would you pay them if they tell you what the ingredients are? Yes. You have to attach 5 cents. Ah, yes, those sort of magazines from the olden days. We have a pocket watch. Can't just get a comb.
It was the pocket watch I'd been given when I reached 5 years as an auditor.
Yeah,
I didn't know
important.
whether it was to celebrate the fact or rub it in.
Yes, it's like you're such a boring person being an auditor to have this pocket watch.
It was the change the taxi driver had given me from our drive across the causeway. A dime and a penny.
A dime and a penny. I don't know how much money that is because I don't know American money.
It was a handful of fish guts so odoriferous they made my eyes water.
Yes, and the shrunken
It was
head.
a shrunken head with wispy white hair and tightly shut eyes.
Cool. Well, we have the alligator. I assume it's gonna try to eat us.
The alligator snapped at me like a sprung trap, giving me more than enough reason to stay well away from those teeth.
Yeah, I mean,
if I wanted to get across the
predictable.
jetty, I needed to make sure the alligator wasn't on it.
Okay, 11 cents. I don't know about American names for the monies. There's some sort of bag. We can swing it. Okay, so I assume we can do something with it to deal with the alligator. Okay, wherever we press it does the same thing. Okay, so what's in the dog mustard cabin then? There might be something alligator spray in there.
I jiggled the handle, but the door was locked.
Oh no! Locked? Can we get in through the window?
The
Oh,
damp
come
air
on.
of the bayou had swelled the window in its frame. It would need more force than my bare hands could supply to open it.
I'm like, put some force into it, man. He just kind of went and patted the window, just like, kick it down. Exactly, okay. Well, what do we, like, we only have a few items. Can we, like, attach the fish guts to the crane and throw it
I
at
couldn't
the
do that.
alligator or something to get it to leave us alone? Or like, did we come here too early and we're gonna have to go explore somewhere else to find the right pieces of things, right? Because who knows what we need? Like, we need something to lever the window because the door's locked. The alligator's purring.
The sign read Dockmaster. Presumably, this little shack was where documents and licenses pertaining to the riverboat's operation were stored.
We slap the alligator with some... Well, I mean, when we spin the crane, right? The alligator kind of goes... Oh, you can't see it because I'm in the way. I'm gonna have to find a better place to be. Which is, you know, nowhere, but okay. Yeah, if I spin it, the alligator kind of goes ah, right? So it feels like if we attach something to it, it will work. I just have to figure out what it is.
That wasn't going to work.
He's got like a chain on his neck from what I can see, but I don't think he's attached to the dog. I think he's just sitting there. But yeah, it might be someone's pet or something, you know. They just have their pet alligator guarding the way. We get in the water.
I may have been new to the bayou, but even I knew that plunging my hand into alligator-infested waters wasn't a good idea.
If you say so.
It was the Spirit Queen riverboat. Decks rotting, smokestacks toppling, and its hull sinking into the gator-infested bayou. The only way aboard was along the rickety jetty.
Okay, well, they're making it pretty clear that we have to get past the alligator to get there. So, are there other locations? Because obviously we were on the beach and we were in the town, so maybe there's more to do in the Dead Nettle town. Oh yeah, because I tried to just attaching it to the thing, but let's explore the town, see if there is more.
Worn and useless. Using it would have been like trying to catch soup with a sieve.
Okay, not the fishing net, but yes. What else is here? Maybe we can grab something. Or learn something. Yes. Hey, you guy. Can we run any faster?
Of all of the papers pinned to the board, One article stood out to me. It showed the beaming face of a rotund fisherman on the docks with a headline declaring he'd just broken the island's heaviest catch record.
Okay, cool. Can we go inside?
It was the door to a newspaper office. A note on the door said, "Out on a scoop. Back later."
Something alligators don't like vampires don't like garlic. Maybe. But I'm not sure what alligators don't like.
Clothesline was decidedly out of reach, even for a person who wanted to steal someone's freshly laundered undergarments. I wasn't one of those people.
I somehow get the feeling that at some point we will become those people. Hello, new username. Good evening. Or yes, whatever the appropriate greeting is. Dynamite. I mean, yeah, that's generally how it works. No one really likes to get dynamite. Okay, that's just a shortcut to go behind here. Okay. What about this gate? Can we go there? Oh, we can kinda like do a little jog to go a little bit faster. You say dynamite. Okay, gate is locked.
I shook the gate, but it wasn't going to open. Down the passageway, I could make out a portion of an illuminated courtyard and the echoing trickle of a fountain.
Okay, there's a fountain. Anything else? There was another, like, door maybe we can get in. Yes, like, it's just power walking. Can we get to the balloons jewelry? Hello? No,
the door
it's
was
locked.
locked with a sign in the window saying, "Closed for private appointment. Reopening shortly." I could see two gentlemen inside the store. A spindly man with a wiry mustache had his face pressed against a display cabinet, while a diminutive older gentleman tried desperately to pull him away. I'd seen similar behavior in Laurel and Hardy pictures.
Okay. Interesting. Nothing here.
As I
Anything
returned
on
to
the
the
beach?
I could see the causeway was now fully flooded over by the rising tide. I was trapped here until dawn.
Okay. Oh yeah, so it's like a... That's how we get here. It's like a drive that when the tide is low you can't get through, and if the tide is high then you can't. But yes, there is now a very grumpy child sitting here that we can talk to. I'm sorry, why is there a skull icon when I hover over here? Is she gonna kill us?
Hello? Little girl? You lost your mommy and daddy? It's late. There could be a lot of strange people around.
Yeah, I think I'm talking to one.
Maybe I should introduce myself. My name's Murphy McCallan. What's yours?
Mallory Wisp, angel on the outside, malevolent force of disparagement, derision, and disorder on the inside. At least, that's what Mrs. Huxley wrote in my school report. Hey, do you know what an enfant terrible is?
Do your parents know you're here?
Of course they do. This is my happy place. I come here when I need to cheer up.
What's got you down?
It's my birthday, and I didn't get the present I wanted.
Oh
Well,
no.
happy birthday. Is being out here helping?
A little. It's a nice place to plot my revenge.
This doesn't sound like an appropriate way for a little girl to spend her time.
Little girl? Little girl? What am I supposed to like? Posies and princesses? Tiaras and tea parties? Those are not my thing.
Okay. Well, now I realize that I'm on the questions. Like, there is just no good place for me to be. I'm just gonna keep moving based on what's going on in each scene. Yes, she's grumpy a little bit. Maybe we can recruit her. Yes, I'm just going around this screen. Hey, yeah, maybe she can scare the gator for us with her grumpiness.
How are you planning on getting revenge?
I'm not sure. Currently, I'm at the plotting and ruminating stage of my plan.
What are you plotting and ruminating about?
How things would be different if I was in charge of the world. We had a school project last week. What we want to be when we grow up. Mildred wanted to be a baker. Bobby wanted to be a firefighter.
What did you want to be?
Queen of the universe.
I guess no one can accuse you of lacking ambition. Do you think you could fix the world's problems and make the world a better place if you were in charge?
Oh, absolutely not. It would be far worse.
Okay, she's got a plan.
My patience is worn so thin with all the idiots around me. I don't know if it would be wise for me to wield that much power. You to the dungeons! You to the torture room! It would be very cathartic for me, though.
Okay, can we take her with us? I'm not saying I am advocating for child kidnapping, but please. She needs to come with us. Like, she gonna show those ghosts.
What present did you want for your birthday?
A doll?
A doll?
What's wrong with wanting a doll?
Nothing. I just didn't expect it. It doesn't quite fit with your whole aura.
I'm still a little girl. I don't have to defy all your stereotypes. Instead, I get this stupid tin boat. I know Sebastian's got something to do with it, too. He was all over the tin boat when I showed him my toy catalog from Mulligan's.
Is he one of your friends?
Not in a million years. You can see right through him.
Yeah, she wants a doll that's full of demons.
Have you heard of the Spirit Queen?
Look, if Maury put you up to this, you can tell him that I have no intention of going anywhere near his big, boring boat again. And anyway, those skulls look better with a little lipstick on them. I even made some cowrie necklaces for them, but nope. If we have a skeletal uprising, they're just going to have to maraud without being dolled up. And they'll have to take it up with Maury.
Who's Moray?
Nope, not falling for it.
So there are skeletons on the boat and she was trying to improve them a little bit.
If you're not happy with your tin boat, could I have it?
I'll tell you what. I'll trade you my boat for your soul.
Sure. I'm a tax collector. I may not have
I'm
a
just
soul.
kidding. Your soul can't be worth diddly squat. But I would like a doll.
Okay, we have to get a doll from somewhere.
Do you like living on Devil's Rock?
This island is cut off from society. An isolated microcosm of the dark and macabre. If I'm honest, it fits me quite nicely. Lots of places to explore, too. When I'm not banned from them.
Where are you banned from?
Where am I not? The Captain's Club wouldn't let me in after I declared a mutiny. The lady at the newspaper office kicked me out when I tried selling stories about a zombie uprising. The witch doctor in the bayou threatened to hex me if I didn't stop sneaking on board and borrowing his toys. And the gravedigger banned me from the cemetery when I played a teensy little practical joke.
What did you do?
I convinced him the stiff he'd buried was still alive. People are so antisocial around here.
Oh my god, she is such a menace. She's banned from the graveyard, imagine.
You snuck on board the Spirit Queen? You got past the alligator?
Oh yeah, Mephistopheles is a big softie. I think he likes the smell of rotting fish in my hair. My dad works the trawlers. Our entire house stinks like the inside of a humpback whale.
Okay, do we have to cover ourselves in the fish guts? So then the alligator will like us?
Shouldn't you be heading home?
I'm in trouble at home. Mrs. Huxley held me back for detention yesterday. Again.
What did you do?
I convinced 3/4 of the class to sign over their eternal souls to me in exchange for some jelly beans. Third graders are remarkably easy to manipulate with a bag of candy and a little peer pressure.
Why did you do that?
You've got to speculate to accumulate.
Why did you want their souls? What use do you have for them?
Just making sure I'm prepared. And that's just step one.
I didn't dare ask what she was preparing for.
Oh my god. She is a special child, that's for sure.
I'd better get going.
I wouldn't walk across the beach again if I were you. This beach is covered in quicksand. I can hop along the surface, but with your weight, you'll be sucked down like a noodle.
Oh no. Really? This beach has quicksand?
Quicksand!
Nah, I'm just messing with you. Tourists.
Yeah, she is Harper's evil twin, that's for sure. She has a balloon.
I didn't want to take the little girl's balloon from her. Her brooding face made it more than clear that it wouldn't be a good idea to get on her bad side.
Yeah, she would definitely kill us.
Despite the little girl's disparaging look at her tiny toy, I doubted she'd be okay with me commandeering it.
Hello, welcome. Okay, so do we cover ourselves in fish guts? Oh no, okay, we can't point at ourselves, it just makes him walk around. I guess not. Do you want fish guts?
Would you like some fish guts?
No thanks. My dad brings enough back from the trawlers as it is. We have them 3 times a day. Breakfast, lunch, and
Oh, they
dinner.
eat them.
Really? You eat this?
You're so gullible, Murphy.
They don't eat them. Do you want the shrunken head?
How would you like to trade your tin boat for this?
A doll?
I mean, that's kind of a
At least
doll.
the head of one.
Deal!
Totally a doll.
Oh, I'll hug him and kiss him and conquer the world with him.
Please don't kiss the shrunken head.
Prepare to weigh anchor.
Okay, now we have a boat. Can we put the fish guts
I
on
packed
the
the
boat?
fish guts into the tin boat. It was the smelliest little ship to sail the 7 seas.
Yeah, and then we'll be able to put the boat in the bayou so that the alligator goes chasing for it. That's my plan at least. Okay, so now we go here. Oh, there's a person here. Yeah, she'll love the shrunken head. Hello, Mrs.
Mr. McAllen,
Yes? How do you know my name?
it's a work
Famous.
assignment that brings you to the island. Am I right?
She began staring at me with intense, hypnotic eyes. Disguised within her tailored outfit and tortoiseshell spectacles, she had the crazed look of someone not entirely in touch with reality. That's right.
An auditing job.
Eyes that looked like she was reading my very thoughts. Yes?
And you're late. Days late.
I was beginning to panic. Ned had warned me about the supernatural on this island. Was this person standing in front of me equipped with psychic powers that could read my very thoughts? How do you know all this? Are you the witch doctor?
The witch doctor? No. It was written on this telegram that came in for you. It came through a few days ago now. Your boss isn't too happy by the looks of it. Bill Bolam,
no.
the taxi driver, telephoned and said I'd find you out here.
You're reading my telegrams?
I'm a newspaper reporter. It's one of the best ways to get a good story. Now, do you want it or not?
If you wouldn't mind.
Thanks.
McAllen, you're late reporting in. I don't remember authorizing the reopening of a cold case, but you better make sure it pays off, or you'll be swapping desks back to the mailroom. Sid Sinclair Auditing Company.
Do you want to send a reply?
What was there to say? My only contact was going to be pushing up daisies by morning, and my one lead was the magazine I'd been carrying with me since heading out. Before I checked in with my boss, I needed some progress to report badly. You know, for now I'll just leave it.
Suit yourself. Sounds like you're up to some fun on the island, Murphy. Be a sweetie and keep me updated so I have something to write about, won't you?
She didn't even wait for a reply before she started striding back through the bayou. She hadn't taken a single thing from me, and yet somehow, I still felt like I'd just been mugged.
Okay, then. Yeah, I mean, it seems like we're the auditor, but our job may be in a shaky position. So maybe we're trying to, score big so that we can prove ourselves and not lose our job. But yes, it seems to be the kind of small town where everyone knows everything because the people read your mail or your telegrams or whatever else, and then gossip everywhere. You can't have any secrets. And yes, they all might be dead for all we know, right? They all might be ghosts. But yes, I think we can put the boat in the bayou, and that will get
Perhaps this would attract the
get
gators'
the
attention.
alligator off.
The hulking mass of scales and muscles lumbered to the edge of the jetty and dangled its toothy jaws over the side, its nostrils flickering at each waft of fish guts.
Yeah, are you gonna move now? Or do we have to, hit you with the crane so you fall off? Come on. Jog on.
Ready?
Yeah,
Aim.
let's go. Hit him. Ah! I mean, it's an alligator,
With a
it
splash
doesn't
that would
mind.
be the envy of any cannonballing kid at a pool party, the irritable reptile disappeared into the murky bayou. I just hoped it didn't hold a grudge.
Yeah, I just... See you later, alligator, is the achievement we get for that. Yeah, I mean, it's an alligator. I think it's fine going into the water, but we also lost our boat with fish guts. Okay. Taxidermied fish! What a find! We must have it.
The taxidermied fish looked like it was barely hanging on to the rotting wooden frame. Deciding it would be better coming with me, I picked it up.
Yay, taxidermied
so
fish.
tore a long hole in its previously stitched up seam.
Okay, we've tore a hole in the fish.
It was the taxidermied fish I'd taken from the riverboat, with a ripped seam opening up to the stuffing inside.
Okay, well, right now, nothing, but I assume we may be able to put something inside the fish then later. Then we go inside the... Okay, there we go, there's a door.
Spirits and specters from realms yet unknown, guide to me the wanderer who searches
Who's this?
alone. Welcome, Murphy McCallan.
How do you know my
Yeah,
name?
everyone knows our name.
Have you been reading my telegrams too?
I have no need for such trivial paperwork. I have eyes all over this island. Now it's time for me to see you for myself. Come, step into the light. I know a lot about you, Murphy. Unknown parents, a childhood spent in orphanages. I know things about you even you don't know.
How do you know all that?
My name is Dr. Moray. I am a conjurer, a shadow man, a controller of spirits that balance the line between life and death. And those spirits whisper to me. But for now, it's your time to talk, Murphy. Tell me why you've come to my humble abode.
I've been told you could help me.
That depends on what you seek.
I kept telling myself that the doctor's theatrics didn't convince me. That there must have been a logical reason why he knew what he did. But with how skittish the locals were, humoring him seemed like my only chance of learning more. I'm looking for the $13 million that went missing from the Bellemore accounts. I'm an auditor in the company I work for.
Murphy, do you take me for a fool? I know what your mind sees when your eyes are closed. Tell me, Murphy, what do you dream of?
What do we dream of? Well, I assume we dream of finding the treasure, right? We're not just here for the job. We're here for the treasure. But yes, he knows our secrets, either by magic or by just snooping.
I dream about finding the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor.
I see that spirit within you, hungering for more than an auditor's life. And I know you've dreamed about that treasure every night since you first read the story. Tell me I'm not right.
It's like the treasure is calling out for me to find it.
Many have sought the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor. All have failed. Some, it is said, have perished in the process. Do you know what happened at Bellemore Manor all those years ago?
The ghost story? I've read it, but I don't know how much of it is really true.
All of it.
All of it.
Dark magic runs throughout Bellemore Manor. The house was built by the Bellemore brothers, 3 merchants from England, who made their fortune trading across the Caribbean. Xavier Bellemore, an explorer. Yardley Bellemore, an actor. And Cecil Bellemore, a scientist. Their parents dead for many years, they each loved and cared for their young sister, Abigail.
300 million, wow.
Abigail met a young sailor who worked aboard her brother's ships, and in less than a year, he proposed. The engagement was a scandal. Despite having the pick of any eligible bachelor in high society, her hand and her share of the Bellemore fortune was to go to a commoner.
Sad scandal.
Because of their unconditional love for their young sister, the Bellemore brothers sanctioned the union. But people began to wonder if Abigail was being locked into marriage, whether by blackmail or black magic. The 3 proud brothers planned a grand wedding, but in the months leading up to it, one by one, each of the brothers was lost, presumed dead. And yet the wedding was still to go ahead. And with Abigail set to inherit the entire Bellemore fortune once she came of age, people began to wonder whether the sailor was not a perpetrator, but a pawn. On the morning of the wedding, Abigail summoned the sailor to her chambers. "I don't love you," Abigail declared. "I never loved you." And before the guests gathered in the house, Abigail declared that she would marry another on that same evening. John Rackham, first officer of the Bellemore Trading Company, would be her new groom. Except that didn't happen. That
They
night,
all disappeared.
everyone in the house suddenly and mysteriously vanished.
So what are we
Perhaps it
thinking?
was the last revenge of the scorned
Is she
sailor.
evil?
In the house that night was a heart that would be broken, a victim who would be tricked, and a force that would unleash evil. But no one knows exactly who each was. If you want to find the treasure, Murphy, you'll have to find out.
You're telling me that all of that actually happened?
And so much more, Murphy. Mysteries you have yet to uncover.
Dr. Morey's performance was gripping, but it seemed like something out of the vaudeville shows I'd snuck into as a teenager. Grifters peddling magic spells, fortune-telling, and miracle elixirs. At least that's what I tried to tell myself. And the treasure, is that real too?
It is as real as you are, Murphy. And someone went to a lot of trouble hiding it.
Who says
Can you
I'm
help me
real?
find it?
I can. If you can prove your dedication to the search, I will need you to retrieve something from inside the house.
Ooh.
A small leather pouch called a gree-gree still lies inside Abigail Bellemore's bedroom. We will need it if I'm to help you. This will get you inside.
Ooh, a key from the magic pool. Just floating about. We look slightly shocked at this
You're not gonna
development.
pull a rabbit out of your hat for your next trick, are you?
I do not do tricks, Murphy McCallan. You'll soon learn this. The Bellemore estate lies at the end of the northeastern peninsula of Devil's Rock. Find that gree-gree and bring it back to me.
Okay, well, we're looking for a gree for now. And then, who knows?
I'll be here when you return. And Murphy, this ghost story? Now it's your story, too.
Are we gonna turn into a ghost? But yes, there are options that she was evil and she manipulated everyone, or yes, the first sailor was evil, or the second guy was evil, right? And he just forced his way in. Those are the options. That is a magical pool of
There
glowing
was no
magical
use
things.
returning to the riverboat without the gree-gree. I needed to go to Bellemore Manor.
Okay, so we can't go back in there and inspect the wizard guy is so hot. Oh, yeah, I mean, sure. He wasn't wearing any shoes, though. Like, he has his whole, attire, top hat and suit, but he had bare feet behind that, so that's a bit weird if you ask me. Actually, so yeah, we're going to the manor now. We don't have to be walking through here.
Framed by trees and lit by moonlight, Bellemore Manor stood imposingly in the still night air. Even without any lights on, it felt like something inside the house was calling me. Or warning me.
Okay, so here's the manor. Was green. I mean, he said it was some sort of leather pouch. I don't know exactly what it is, but might be related to like some sort of magical things. Who knows? I mean, he's the witch doctor, so he might be interested in that kind of stuff. Okay, are those eggs? Eggs or just normal columns? There's stuff in the pond. Like, we can see little circles. Maybe fish, maybe monsters. It's a voodoo thing, okay. Voodoo talisman specifically. We're learning. Faster.
I considered wading into the pond, water up to my waist, squelching my way through the reeds and mud, past frogs, bugs, and water snakes. Then I realized I had absolutely no reason to do that.
Okay, we have to find a reason to be wading in the pond before he will do so. Hello, Matt, as well. Yeah, so there's a path going behind the house.
Looking out over the tranquility of the gardens, its magnolias lit by moonlight, nothing could take my attention away from the macabre sight dangling from the oak tree. A hanged skeleton, its wedding suit little more than tattered rags clinging to bone, and its skull seemingly watching me with hollow, unblinking eyes. An eternal groom without a bride.
Yep, there he is, just hanging around. We're gonna need, I guess, to climb on the balcony so we can get whatever's in his hand, because he's got a shiny thing in his
The
hand.
skeleton hung high up in the tree, swaying with each slight breeze. Even from down on the ground, I felt disturbingly close to it.
I mean, interestingly, it's still intact while it's hanging, right? Like, you would expect that as it turns into a skeleton, it would sort of fall apart. But apparently someone glued that one together.
The stark trunk of the tree didn't offer any possibility of climbing it.
Yeah, I was wondering if we can get into this hole.
Stark trunk of the tree.
Okay, we can't climb the tree. Okay, we have some statues, some windows, we can follow the path. Oh no, YouTube bugging out. Okay, there's a carriage wheel, a door to like a carriage house, a barrel tied up to a door, so we can drop that definitely on someone or something.
The wheel was too heavy to move.
Cool. Then we untie the barrel.
The handle turned, but the door was restrained by the taut rope tied to it. From its other end dangled a heavy barrel full of molasses.
Yes, absolutely can.
The barrel dangled from the rope like a piñata, but having this burst over my head would be the first step in getting tarred and feathered.
Yes, absolutely can drop this on something or on someone. Can we drop molasses on a ghost? He's again
the
with
doors
his...
were firmly locked from the inside.
Yes, he's again with his, like, tap the door. Like, put some force into it, my man.
The cow skull was out of reach, high up on the gable.
Okay, well, we're gonna need something to, like, cut the rope or something like that. Yes, mollassed. Mollassed. What is the correct word for that? Okay, we're going all the way around the manor. There's a gazebo of some sort. And a horseshoe. Yes, we're running.
From the patina of rust, it was clear the patio set hadn't been used in decades.
Such a nice place to have some tea. The molasses flood. The molasses is no joke. And yeah, the horseshoe moved as we went in there.
Ouch!
Ow! Yeah.
So much for good luck.
Yes, it was upwards horseshoe, and then we went in, it went down, which apparently means bad luck, but at least we get a
I picked
horseshoe.
up the horseshoe that had assaulted me. It was heavy, as the bump on my head attested.
My inventory. Oh, now I'm on my inventory. There's just no good plot to me to be. We have a magazine that describes the history of the manor. We have a pocket watch. We have 11 cents in change. A telegram from our boss. The boss is angry. We have a taxidermied fish with a hole in it. A manor key and a horseshoe. So we can just get into the manor. I'm just going around the gardens to see what I can find, which apparently I can have a horseshoe. But yes, we can just open the front door with the key we have and go in.
With a deep breath, I placed the key into the lock of the house I'd been thinking about for weeks and turned it.
Just slightly moving down, so I'm maybe not on the inventory as well. Spooky manor time!
I don't know if I expected a reply, but with only an echo in response, it seemed like nobody was home.
Yeah, he's...
I hope that was just the wind.
Oh no, we're locked inside! This is the manor that logs the tax collectors inside the manor, you know. We had postmen, now we got tax collectors. Yes, he's very descriptive. I can hear creaking doors somewhere deeper in the manor. Got some other doors. Ooh, spooky.
An orb appeared seemingly from nowhere, glowing and shimmering with energy, simultaneously captivating and terrifying. It was like it had a presence, an aura that I couldn't explain. My first instinct was to look for smoke and mirrors, but this illusion was right before my very eyes, one that I could reach out and touch.
Don't touch it! We booped it and now it's floating away. Where is it going? We're gonna be chasing it throughout the manor, I assume. Orb. So nice and round. We can ponder the orb. We can chase the orb.
With neither of the doors appearing to open, I peered through the crack between them. I couldn't tell if I was imagining things, but it looked like shadows dancing.
Is that the ghost ballroom? That's what's happening in there? We've got another door, I assume also locked, because, you know, why wouldn't it be?
The door didn't have a visible lock, but as much as I tried, it wouldn't open.
Ghosts are holding it. That's the portrait of her, right?
It was a painting of Abigail Bellemore, hauntingly beautiful.
Yeah, there's a bunch of portraits, there's a fireplace.
Without a flue, the fireplace seemed entirely decorative, and yet, standing in front of it, I could feel a breeze.
Okay, so there is some sort of opening in it, because there's a breeze. That's her and her brothers.
It was a family portrait of all 4 Bellemore siblings. The 3 brothers stood around their seated younger sister.
Yeah, that's the portrait we already seen. Like, you can't see it, but we've seen it before in the cinematic.
Like the other door, this door had no keyhole, yet still seemed to be locked too.
Everything always locked. Okay, another portrait. As he runs.
It was a painting of the gazebo I recognized from the cliff top.
Yep, okay. Well, we can
2
follow
sea
the orb.
deities stared at me with disapproving eyes. I didn't know what I could have done to disappoint a statue.
Oh, you can do so many things. Okay, well, the orb went there, so let's go there too. There it is. Chase it! Okay, it's gone into that door, so we should go there. So I assume that's what we're doing. Chasing orbs. And there's an open door.
This was strange. I didn't remember seeing any lights on when I was outside the house.
Yeah, well, it's haunted. What did you expect? We can try looking at things twice. We have servant
bells.
bells
From the hallway. I couldn't ring the bells from the hallway.
Yeah, just clicking it gives us the same thing. We can look at the curtains, apparently.
I looked behind the curtains, but there was nothing there.
Okay, nothing spooky.
Walking into the room, I realized it must have been Abigail's bedroom. I was in the right place. Somewhere in this room was the Gree-Gree, and I needed to find it.
Okay, apparently it instantly led us to that bedroom, and he somehow knows it's Abigail's bedroom. I guess he's done his homework. We've got something... We can look at the bed.
The sheets lay flat on the bed, undisturbed for more than 30 years. The Gree-Gree wasn't going to be there.
This is not dusty enough for what 30 years would have done to an abandoned manor, but I guess the ghosts might be cleaning.
The portraits hung tight to the wall and didn't reveal anything hidden behind them.
Yeah, maybe the ghosts are like, you know what, I like my place clean, I'm just gonna do my cleaning. Oh, can we take the poker? Because I can see something blinking in the fireplace.
From the hook.
Get out.
Woo!
I hope that was my imagination.
Someone said get out. Well, I am going to gain your fireplace with my poker. Because I can see something blinking.
I wedged the poker in the grate, and with all my might, pulled.
What's this then? Object.
I picked up the object that had been glinting in the fireplace and discovered it was a jeweled brooch.
Okay, well, not what we're looking for,
It was
but...
an ornate brooch that had tarnished with age. What should have been a sparkling gem was now grimy and dull.
Well, maybe we can clean it up. But yes, now that we have the poker, maybe we can wedge in more things. Yeah, we found some treasure. Not sure how much is worth. Just the one brooch. There's a mirror here that's, you know, totally a setup for there to be ghosts.
The music box was locked with no visible keyhole, but a distinctive indent in the front looked like it might be the mechanism to open it, if I had the right key.
Well, does the brooch fit?
The music box...
There he goes!
The brooch fitted snugly into the indentation in the music box. With a small click, the music box opened and revealed the contents it had held untouched for more than 30 years.
Yeah, I mean, at least he has a vest with pockets.
The
That's
small
the
leather
greedy.
bag was just as the witch doctor had described. It was hard to imagine what could be so important about it.
Okay, we've got it. Yeah, I mean, ghosts.
You should not be here.
Wait, I can explain.
You don't belong here.
I don't mean any harm.
Get out. Get out.
Well, I guess we're going swimming in the pond.
With good fortune, the pond had broken my fall. It was a strange juxtaposition, wiggling goldfish out of my underwear as I tried to process the fact that I'd just been the victim of an attempted murder by a ghost bride.
I mean, we are
Stories
trespassing.
Are true. So that meant the treasure might be real as well. And now I had the Gree-Gree.
Yeah.
It was time to return to the Spirit Queen.
Murphy, did you find it?
I
saw
did.
her. I saw the bride. She tried to kill me.
I told you it was true. Now, do you have the Gree-Gree?
Yes, I found it.
Good, good. Now, do you believe what I've been telling you?
What if he does something
I'm
evil with
starting
it?
to. Why did she try to kill me?
There are some spirits that, even in death, do not wish to give up what they amassed in life. The question is, are you strong enough to persuade them?
I would be if they'd give me a chance to ask them.
Precisely. That will be our next step.
Okay, just more things floating out of the magic pond. Or is it this time? Ooh, some sort of magical manuscript.
For a voodoo spell? A spell to help me find the treasure?
A spell to reveal those who know where it is. There are many things on this island that have gone unseen. Stories that have been left unheard, at least by mortals. But I commune with realms beyond. Let me introduce you to a friend. Out of the shadows, the cursed and the damned, return now, my servants, to do my command.
Oh, he's got a ghost friend. Hello.
I have returned to you, Master.
Loa, this gentleman wishes to find the lost treasure of Bellemore Manor. Tell him how this can be done.
Oh, is it absolutely magic pool of magic?
Only inhabitants of the house know where the treasure lies. Their spirits still within its walls, trapped between life and death. To ask them, those spirits must be pulled back to the mortal realm.
And that is what our spell will do, Murphy. A summoning spell to unveil the ghost trapped within the house.
7 ingredients place inside, tie closed and then unseal. Within the focus what may hide, this spell will soon reveal.
Once you've collected all 7, we can summon the ghosts of Bellemore Manor. Once we've summoned the ghosts, we can ask them exactly where the treasure was hidden. You have served me, Loa. Be gone.
He's got little claws on his toes. It's what it is.
That, Murphy, is your goal. Find the 7 ingredients named in the voodoo manuscript, place them in the Gree-Gree, and return to the Spirit Queen. Are you up to the task?
I think so.
Excellent. Then there's just one thing left to do. The gree-gree that you carry is not yours. It was stolen from the spirits. And an artifact of voodoo will only work for its rightful owner. To be used, it cannot be stolen. It can only be bought or traded or inherited. Fortunately for you, the spirits and I are willing to make a trade for something symbolic of your spirit. The spirit that yearns to escape its humdrum life. If you want the gree-gree to be rightfully yours, what do you have to offer in exchange for it?
Okay, well, so let's get this straight, yes? This magic man that knows magic knows exactly what you need to do in order to get the treasure, right? He knows you have to do the spell, he knows how to use the gree-gree, he knows all of that. And yet, he has not found the treasure for himself and somehow needs us to do it. And that means only one thing. This is a trick, right? You know, he is tricking us in some way because he knows whatever needs to happen is going to be bad, right? So he needs a willing victim to this whole situation. Okay, so I have to trade him something for the gree-gree. Do you want my pocket watch? It was a gift, important to me.
What about this?
A pocket watch, a symbol of the life that doesn't satisfy you, a symbol of lost time. Dare you give it up?
I think I can do without it.
Then cast it into the spirit pool.
Yeah, he knows how to do it, and yet somehow he's telling us the secret.
The spirits have deemed it a satisfactory trade. The gree-gree and its powers are now rightfully yours to wield. You are ready now, Murphy. Head out to the island and retrieve the ingredients we need. Then I will show you the final step of the spell.
How am I going to find what I need?
Everything I've ever needed for my voodoo spells, I've found here. It's as though this island draws the supernatural to it. The bayou, the beach, the town, the manor, all will help you in your search. Tell me, Murphy, have you visited the mill to the north, the fort to the south, the church at the island's heart? The island will lead you to that which you seek. I have no doubt about that.
Yeah, he took our watch, and this is supposed to represent our soul as well, so, you know, I think we're already pretty screwed just from the get-go. You know, he has tricked us.
How are the ghosts trapped within Bellemore Manor?
The explosion is what sealed their fate. They exist now only as spirits, the form they should take in the spirit realm, and yet they remain here in the mortal realm. The ghosts are trapped in that house, unseen, unheard, and unable to interact with the world around them.
I found them pretty interactive.
Change that.
How is the bride able to attack me when she's supposedly unseen and unheard?
Voodoo works best when attuned to emotion, and the strongest of those emotions can sometimes push beyond the known limits. She must have been very angry with you.
If I summon the spirits of the house, won't I also summon the bride again?
Very true, Murphy. Best be a little more persuasive this time.
Yeah, she's gonna push us out the window again. Yeah, he got big pockets in his vest, and it doesn't look like he got big pockets.
What was the explosion that caused everyone to disappear?
It was a tearing in the very threshold between life and death, a chain reaction of spirit energy suddenly unleashed by the most violent of emotions. Just as the bride's anger allowed her to manifest in front of you this very evening, think of the rage that must have caused an entire household to explode and vanish.
Well, you need that IRS auditor money for such vests.
Who is the creature that you talked to?
That is my Loa. The Loa are the mysteries, the invisibles, the messengers.
Is it a ghost?
No, they are the intermediaries between humans and the supernatural. There are two planes of existence, Murphy. The mortal realm and the spirit realm. Loa can move between them both. With my powers, I can command them when they do.
Yeah, I mean, we did break into the house and started stealing from her, so, you know. She was in her right to be like, get out of my room and out of my stuff. But we're like, oh, she's so angry.
How did you learn voodoo?
I have always been adept with the mystic arts. Just as you dream of treasure, Murphy, I dream of power. I came to Devil's Rock many years ago, drawn by its voodoo energy, and no sooner than I arrived, the spirit realm began to reveal itself to me, pleading for me to be its master.
That does not sound good. Like, a guy who wants to be the master of the spirit realm, we're in trouble.
Why is this island such a focus of voodoo energy?
I suspect the answer to that question already lies in what you're seeking.
What's this riverboat we're aboard?
This is the Spirit Queen. It used to be a pleasure boat, plying the rivers around the island, a den of drinking and gambling. That's how I came to own the boat. A lucky game of chance. But between you and me, Murphy, it's a lot easier to win when you have spirits to control.
Yeah, I was just thinking. He's cheating with the
Sounds
ghosts.
like you cheated.
Fate was always gonna bring this boat to me. I just hurried it along.
Yeah, is that your alligator out there?
Do you keep an alligator as a pet?
That's right. My dear old Mephistopheles. Blind as a bat, but with the smell of a bloodhound. Good thing he's chained up safely in the boiler room.
No, he isn't. He was out on the jetty when I was trying to get aboard.
Where is he now?
Swimming in the bayou.
Oh dear, not again.
I have released him into the bayou. Sorry about that.
I'm going to go and find the voodoo ingredients.
Hurry back.
Okay, so he can't just be in the room until he wants to talk to us. I mean, if you have a gator as a pet, I assume it's a problematic pet at best. Alright, we've made it to part 1. We have to do the summoning spell. So what we need? We need some chalk. And we need some coffin nails. I assume for that we may have to go to the graveyard or somewhere. Bone fragments, rum. Silver coin. Well, we have some money, but I'm not sure if they're silver. Gunpowder and black feathers. So that's what we
It was a
need.
manuscript that looked hundreds of years old, with the instructions to a spell that summoned things hidden within. It was a manuscript.
Okay, how do I close it? Okay, there we go. I mean, we have some loose change. One of them, you know, looks silver in color, but I'm not sure what they make those of, so we'll have to see. Can we use this poker to, like, force the window on this Dockmaster place?
With a bit of elbow grease, I levered up the window frame.
Oh, yes, we can. There we go. Just jump in. And we're getting in there.
Pressed against the inside wall was a dusty desk covered in spiderwebs, and to top it, one thing lay undisturbed. A small folded document which I picked up.
No, we're not even
along
going
with
in.
an inadvertent eight-legged companion. Ugh.
Spiders!
Ghost stories and haunted treasures I could handle, but spiders gave me the creeps.
Captain's license. The undersigned inspector for the state of Louisiana certifies that Cornelio Gnot, having been by them this day duly examined touching his qualifications as a captain of a steamboat, is a suitable and safe person to be entrusted with the power and duties of captaincy, and license him as to act as such for 5 years from this date on all navigable waterways of the state of Louisiana. As such, the above named does solemnly swear that he will faithfully and honestly, according to his best skill and judgment, without concealment or reservation, perform all the duties required of him as captain by the Act of Congress approved June 9, 1910. Given under my hand this 3rd date of March 1923. B. Butterworth. There we go. He's got his captain's license. But his picture is missing, or is this supposed to be the seal? Gators. Yeah, B. Butterworth. That's a name right there. Okay, well, I'm not sure what we need it for, but it's in our pocket now. We stole it, acquired it, but we don't get to go any further inside. It's locked. We're not gonna make it through the window.
I jiggled the handle.
Yeah, it's
There was
locked.
nothing else.
Okay, nothing else. Yes, we can name ourselves captain. That's what we can do. Well, now on our map, we have 3 new locations. So there was a church in the middle, a fort, and something else. So we can start from the top, see what's there. The mill, that was the third. There's a chicken coop. Chickens. Do they do maths?
Buck, 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 cluck. I
Apparently
tried to persuade the chicken to come outside, but clearly I was out of cluck.
he was out of clock. Oh my god. Yes, there might be chicken maths later, because there are chickens in this game.
The
Always
wood was
chickens.
old and rotting. It wasn't going to be of any use. And who knew what critters might have made their homes inside the pile?
He doesn't like bugs. Okay, can we get in the mill? Yes, we can.
The
This
inside
one's
of the
not
lumber
locked.
mill smelled like sawdust and grease. Judging from the overgrown weeds, it clearly hadn't been used in a long time, and yet the lights remained on.
I mean, there seems to be lots of lights on in this place, even though everything is haunted. There's a little tool.
I picked
Auger.
up the auger from the tool shelf.
Okay, so it's like a wooden handle and then a screw thing. I've not really heard of augers, but it looks like something we're gonna be able to use to make holes. We got a
I
sawmill.
looked over the machine, but I couldn't find a way to turn it on, if it even still worked.
I mean, honestly, it looks dangerous, so we're good. There is grease.
If I touched the grease with my bare hands, I'd be spending hours trying to wash it off.
Okay, so we probably want the grease, but we need some sort of thing to pick it up with. A hand drill, okay. There's some doors. I mean, so it is for making holes then. And once again, he's like, with the little patting of the doors.
The hatches were locked. From their shape, I deduced they were for storing lumber, and I wasn't in need of any 2x4s.
Okay, what about the door up top then? Can we run up there and see about that? I wonder what we need to drill holes in.
I tried the door, but it was locked.
Okay, can we take our little hand drill and drill some holes in the door to get in?
That didn't work.
How about How about the fire poker?
I couldn't break my way through the door. It was peculiarly reinforced for a lumber mill.
Interesting. Why would you need a reinforced door in a lumber mill, What's that all about? Secrets? Yes, I'm just poking about.
The saw blades were rusted, dull, and would surely have precipitated the need for a tetanus shot.
Okay, he don't want to touch it. Okay, so it seems we have to come back here with something that can get us through this reinforced door. But right now we don't have it, and yes, there is grease we will be able to pick up if we have something to put the grease in, like a jar or scoop.
The beam looked to be driven by the water wheel outside. From the multitude of wires fanning out from the top, it was presumably hooked up to a generator.
Okay, so that's why there's still lights on. Did they have tetanus shots? I'm not sure. Oh, your first midterm. Oh, chicken math for you. Well, good luck with the chicken math. Hopefully it's not gonna be too chicken complex.
Despite its obvious age, the water wheel was still turning. I couldn't get near it, and that was probably a good thing if I didn't want to get dragged under by the current.
Okay, so we need maybe some grain as well for the chicken here, but I guess this is not the place we want to be at, other than we got the auger now. Okay, to the map. Then I think it's the church in the middle. Spooky! Oh, and there's the graveyard as well, so we may be able to explore that. Can we get in the church? Is it open? Can we break in?
The church door was locked.
I assume it's gonna be like, we're gonna be going around and finding little things, and then that's gonna help us get into other things. So yes, we just have to be going from location to location until we find the right
Inside
stuff.
of the church was silent and still.
It's not the kind of game where everything is in the location where you need it, right? Like some of the escape room stuff. Okay. Church is locked. Can't get in. Nothing here. But we can go to the cemetery. Ooh, there's a crypt with some...
I couldn't see any way to open the crypt door. Not a doorknob, not a keyhole. Whoever sealed this up intended to seal it up for good.
Okay, but can we, like, do puzzle? Yes, what? Shouldn't church be always open to us lost souls? Graves.
I scanned the headstones for anything of note, but didn't know what I was searching for.
Okay, we have to find some names that we may want to find on the graves. Anything here to find? Any bones that we may be able to get? Ooh, a fresh coffin. That's where we get the coffin nails. Hello. Can I have some nails? And some bones, if you would be so kind. Yeah, it's because of the girl they locked the church. Who knows what she would be up to, right, if it was open. They have to keep everything under lock and key. Okay, we can mess with his coffin, I assume, if we touch the screw jack. Everything's gonna collapse because the table is missing a leg. Now we're the evil person. So yes, this table, one of the legs is broken and he was using that jack to keep it up. But now when he starts trying to work on this coffin, everything's gonna collapse. But that might be how we get some stuff. There's also a tin can. That might be where we
The tin
use...
was full of nothing but holes.
It has holes. I was hoping we could pick it up. There's also bellows. We're just going around and stealing this guy's stuff while he's working on a coffin. Yep. I mean, he's here and we're like, I'll have this. Yoink. Yoink. Don't mind me, Mr. Gravedigger.
Hello.
Yeah! God darn it! Don't sneak up on people like that! You frighten the dying daylights out of me.
He looked at me like he'd seen a ghost. Sorry, you seem a little jumpy.
I thought you were that pesky little girl again.
Of course.
Little girl? That doesn't seem like a reason to be scared.
She's a terror. One of these days she's gonna give me a heart attack. Last week, she showed up with a doctor's note she'd forged, saying a man I'd buried that day was just a very deep sleeper. 7 hours I was out here digging him back up, at my age.
And was he sleeping?
Dead as a dodo. Just like that little girl will be if I get my hands on her. Yeah, who are you anyway?
My name's Murphy McCallan. I've just arrived on the island.
Well, welcome, Mr. Murphy. I'm Edgar Kettle. Gravedigger, undertaker, coffin maker, and anything else that needs doing to keep this cemetery running.
Okay then. Anything else I can steal from you? I guess we're talking now, so no stealing right now. But yes, he has it out for the little girl because she causes him so much trouble.
I'm looking for the treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Oh, a treasure hunter. Well, let me tell you something, young man. Don't even think about digging up my graveyard. There's no treasure buried here, and I'm already busy enough filling in the holes that are supposed to be here.
Okay, don't piss off the gravedigger, you know, because he's gonna bury us.
Do you know anything about the disappearance at Bellemore Manor?
I think it's important to let the dead rest in peace.
But what if they're not in peace?
Well, you got me there. Listen, I think there's more to that story than meets the eye. You know the 3 brothers went missing, right? Well, if you ask me, I think Abigail Bellemore was behind it.
He thinks she's evil.
She was engaged to a sailor, but nobody like her would go for a commoner.
She might have loved him.
She could have loved somebody with a big bank account, too. I think she must have been using him, pretending to love him so he'd do her dirty work for her, bumping off her brothers. Then afterwards, she drops him and goes to marry the officer of the company. Fiendish.
Do you have any proof?
Just a feeling, that's all. But when you work with cadavers, you kinda get a sixth sense about things.
Are the dead bodies telling you things? Because, you know, that might be a different kind of problem you're having, my man. But yes, we're just doing crimes for the wizard. Hello, Joran. I hope you make it home safely. See you later. Okay, so what do you think?
What do you think was behind the disappearance?
Well, the sailor must have found out he was being manipulated, right? Done something to get his revenge.
What do you think he did?
Nobody knows. He could have been working his way through those bodies like a madman. All we know is that everyone in that house disappeared. Tell you the truth, I'm quite relieved they did.
Why's that?
Because if they hadn't disappeared, it would have been this old fool who had to bury him. Saved me a lot of work.
Okay, then he's like, yeah, good thing, no bodies, so I didn't have to dig all of those holes. Yeah, I assume everyone in town has their own theory about what happened.
Did you make this coffin?
I sure did. But this is no more than a pauper's coffin by anyone's standards. The finest a parish pension can buy. Lock them in lumber, leave them to slumber, that's what I say. This'll end up 5 feet under by the end of the night.
I thought it was supposed to be 6 feet.
You're not the one doing the digging. 5 feet means I get a tea break.
Yeah, tea breaks are important. We can't be skipping out on the tea breaks just so you can have an extra food. And is he doing this coffin for that guy that we were supposed to meet?
Have you got any spare coffin nails?
No, I don't have any to spare. I've got a backlog of bodies begging for burial. But does the parish increase my funding? Nope. The roof's leaking, my table's broken. I've used floorboards to build some of the coffins. Take my advice. Don't go into this line of work. Undertaking is a dying business.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, I think we're planning to just get rich. That's our line of work. Yeah, I mean, it's a small island. There shouldn't be too many people. And yes, he has a backlog. There might be a serial killer about.
Do you think I could fit inside the coffin?
Probably not. The gentleman inside might make it a bit of a squeeze.
You mean there's a dead guy inside there?
There better be. I can't afford to be burying empty coffins.
Yeah, Mallory Wisp is the girl.
Was the little girl named Mallory Wisp by any chance?
That's her. The peril in a pinafore. She got the whole town thinking I was burying people prematurely. I walked past the school the other day, and they'd made up a jump rope chant about me.
When does a nail become a coffin nail? I assume when you start using it on a coffin, though. They may have a very specific, like, you know, maybe if it's for magic, it has to be a nail that you removed from a coffin, right? That's how it gets magical.
Oh, what was the chant the school children made up about you?
Edgar, crazy feller, just be careful, he don't get you. How many bodies did he strive to bury while they're still alive?
1, 2, 3, 4.
I wasn't looking for audience participation.
Sorry, I got carried away. Just like you with the burying.
Oh my god, and then he drops that on him. This game is funny.
Have you ever accidentally buried someone who was still alive?
Has someone been making accusations again?
No, just making conversation.
Well, not that I know of. When you think about it, how would I know?
Shouts for help, desperate shaking of the coffin.
Look, I haven't sealed anyone up who was chatting with me, let's put it that way. I usually check for signs of life, but everyone takes shortcuts sometimes, don't they? I deserve some rest in peace, too.
So basically, if it's time for tea, then he's like, oh yeah, don't have that much time to check.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Hopefully not the guy in the coffin.
Not funny.
Oh my god. Like, the girl is a menace, but we're not much better.
I best be running along.
Don't drop dead. I don't want anything else on my to-do list.
Okay, well, how about you do stuff to this coffin so the table falls down and I can steal your things?
The coffin lid had been nailed down securely. I wasn't going to be able to open it.
I mean, they got their magic from being in the coffin, I assume, and then there will be...
I didn't need to warm my hands on the stove. It was already a humid night, and the fire was more useful at keeping bugs away from the shack than keeping anyone toasty.
Then they are already magic coffin nails. Ex-coffin nails. Okay, so he's not touching the coffin now. How do we get him to do it again? Okay.
A mischievous idea began to form in my mind. Hey, I think the guy inside here might still be alive.
And why would you think something like that?
The coffin was just shaking around. Maybe you should open it up.
Well, I didn't see it move.
The gravedigger had me in a conundrum. I could hardly start shaking it right in front of his eyes.
And unless the body inside starts jiggling around, I'm not opening up that coffin.
Okay, we have to make the coffin jiggle. I'm not sure we have anything for that right now. Right, because we stalled the screw jack. And can we make some holes in the coffin?
The gentleman inside the coffin was long past needing air holes.
Okay, he doesn't need any air holes. Well, well, well. That's fine. Is there anything else around here?
Hurry up with the barrels, Morris. We gotta get these unloaded before anyone sees us.
Now there's a robbery.
Sure this is a good idea, Musket? I don't think we should be using a church as our hiding place.
You're not being paid to think, Morris. You carry those barrels in here and let me worry about the theological implications. This place has been abandoned for decades. There's nobody around.
Nobody living, maybe. What if there's ghosts, boss?
Darn it, Morris. If brains was dynamite, you wouldn't have enough to blow your nose. Now get unloading. And keep an eye out for anyone snooping around.
What if someone catches us?
If anyone asks, we're the new clergy. We tell them these barrels are full of communion wine.
I thought we was rum runners, not wine runners, boss.
Communion rum, then.
Communion rum.
Gotcha.
Remember, St. Juniper's Church is a place to get closer to God. And if anyone questions our alibi, we make sure that happens.
The pair of rum runners looked like the human personifications of the dish and the spoon from Hey Diddle Diddle. The gangly spoon bossing around the rotund dish as it carried barrels effortlessly from the jalopy and into the church. As it turned out, nursery rhyme characters become a lot more intimidating once they have revolvers.
Yes, they have a gun, so we should be careful with that. But they've gone inside, so can we inspect the goods? See what they have? Oh, we can probably make a hole in a barrel or something.
The barrels were far too heavy for me to lift, though that gorilla of a rum runner had been picking them up like they were cotton balls.
Coffin nails are made specifically of iron for banishment and protection from demons. Thank you, David. That's important information for us to know. Can we make a hole in the barrels? Yes, we can.
Using the auger, I drilled a small hole in the barrel, and out poured rum.
Rum. Okay, but what do I do with this
I wasn't going
rum?
to be able to carry rum around in my bare hands, and drinking straight from the barrel felt a little uncouth.
Okay, well, I don't have a container right now. Unless I soak it into my taxidermy fish.
That wasn't going to work.
Yeah, that's not going to work. Okay, okay. We have to find some sort of thing to carry. Okay, so rum and meat make bubble. Yes, we're mixing drinks again. What are we doing with it? Yes, there is infinite rum.
Locked. How ironic that the rum runners would take care not to be the target of criminality.
Okay, so we have to find something to catch the rum into, and we have to find something to make the coffin rattle. But I think we just have to basically visit all the locations and figure out what's what and what else can we get.
Musket, one of the barrels has sprung a leak.
How many times are you gonna bother me? Put a cork in it, will ya?
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Okay, so if we leave here without the thing, he's just gonna plug it. Oh, the bellows for the coffin? Okay, let's try it, Crystal, then. Let's go back. Yeah, we have to wait for them to get a move on. Come on. Let's get in. Let's try the bellows on the table.
I didn't need to blow on that.
No, he doesn't need to blow on that, apparently. So that's not gonna work. I guess the hole's too big. Okay. Well, it was a good idea, but it's not what they intend. So let's visit the third place. It's the fort. If I click on the coffin, he just shakes the coffin, but it doesn't like result in like he said he can't just do it while the guy is watching, right? So we have to find some way to we have to find something to put there. Kitty!
Kitty, kitty. Psst, 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 psst. It was no use. That cat was clearly more entranced by shiny things than the stranger outside the gate.
Okay, the cat wants shiny things. Well, we have money. Would you like some money, cat?
The cat wasn't going to be interested in that.
Yeah, we can visit the little girl as well. Would you like some jewels, cat?
The brooch
That's
was
shiny.
much too dirty to catch the cat's
Oh, okay,
attention.
we have to clean it, and then it will catch the cat's attention. Well, we have to open the gate to pet the cat, it seems.
I jiggled the gate, but it wasn't going to open. If pirates and the colonial powers of Western Europe weren't able to get into the fort uninvited, I wasn't about to either.
I mean, honestly, you could totally make it through the side window, like, it's big enough for you, you can do it. But yes, we have to find our way inside to,
I could have tried squeezing my arms through the
pet the
bars,
cat.
but I already knew the barrel was too far away to reach.
There's powder in that barrel. The fish is, like, stuffed.
The fish had been dead for years, was primarily comprised of stuffing, and smelled faintly of formaldehyde. The cat wasn't going to be interested in it in the slightest.
Yeah, it's a stuffed fish, it's not a fish. So I think what it said about the brooch, right, that now it's dirty, it's not going to attract the cat. I think if we clean it, it will do it.
The brooch was much too dirty to catch the cat's attention.
Right, because it wasn't just like, that's not going to work. He specifically says it's too dirty. And he said the cat likes shiny things.
There wasn't anything to do with the lantern.
Yeah, we're gonna need to clean that.
The coat of arms depicted 4 lions surrounding a central flower, topped by a medieval tower.
Okay.
I couldn't get to the staircase while the gate was locked.
Okay, so here we don't really get to do anything until we get the brooch clean.
The lighthouse light was off.
Yep, it is definitely off. Okay, we can't climb in through one of the windows.
The plaque read, Fort Bellemore. No public access. For further information, please contact the lighthouse keeper.
Well, where is the lighthouse keeper then? Yeah, there's some seagulls about. Okay, well, we have a bunch of items. We just have to figure out what to do with them. Yeah, we can return to the beach, see if she's still there. Does she have any? No, she's gone, but there is now a bottle on the beach. So that's a new thing for us. We can catch the ram into it, maybe.
As I picked up the bottle, I anticipated what could be inside. A brine-stained treasure map, perhaps, or a scribbled plea from a castaway desperately awaiting rescue. Looking inside, I found it was empty.
Yeah,
the only
exactly.
writing on it was the embossed glass letters of the Orangello Soda Company.
Well, anyway, we take it because I think we can catch the ram with it. We have some tide pools.
I peered into the tide pools, but all I could see was pebbles, sand, and seaweed.
The fish is stuffed.
It was the taxidermied fish I'd taken from the riverboat, with a ripped seam opening up to the stuffing inside.
Yeah, the fish is not a fish, it's just a stuffed taxidermy thing. Okay, so can we get the rum now? Yeah, we had fish guts before, but we've used it up on the alligator, so that's not gonna happen. Okay, so can we do another hole? And then use the bottle. Yeah, they were just like, a fish is just too obvious. We can't let you have the fish for the cat. It has to be something sillier than that. Okay. Get some rum.
I filled the bottle with rum pouring from the barrel. Relief washed over me at the realization that I'd done it without getting caught by the two rum runners.
Ah! Run away! Run!
Hey, Musket! There's someone out here!
Or so I thought.
Hey, fella, what do you think you're doing snooping around here? This is our church, you know, and it's closed.
I'm just here to do some praying.
I'm just here to do some praying. Mainly praying that I get out of this situation without a puncture wound.
He's being a wise guy, Musket.
I'm the villain full of lead.
Oh no!
But boss, it's bad luck to bump someone off in a churchyard.
Now, where'd you hear a nonsensical thing like that?
I
Run
thought
away.
churches was hallowed ground, where sin and immorality would face supernatural punishment in this world or the next.
Where do you get this stuff from? I told you, I do the thinking in this partnership.
Thanks, guys. Okay, but can we now return to the graveyard? Yes, they're just doing their thing inside. We're not gonna bother them. Hey, would you like some rum?
I didn't need to show him that.
Okay, he doesn't want any rum. Okay, then. Can I shake the coffin some more?
The coffin lid had been nailed down securely. I wasn't going to be able to open it.
Yeah, so we can like shake the table, but it's not gonna work unless we do it. Yeah, he doesn't want rum apparently. He's on the job, you know, and he's like, well, I'm working. I can have my tea, but not rum. That would just be unprofessional. Okay, well, we can go to the town, see if anything changed there. Because the reporter is now back in her
Reverend
office.
McCallan, so you're still here. What have you been up to? Anything newsworthy?
That's none of your business. Don't think I've forgotten your trick with the telegram.
Hey, it's nothing personal. Your business is my business, and my business is news. I'm Evelyn Stoker, editor of the Juniper Parish Gazette. No misdeed left unshared, no drama left unmonetized.
No drama left unmonetized.
Come on, work with me here, McCallan. I need something juicy. Committed any crimes? Uncovered any affairs? Any deep, personal secrets to reveal?
The honest-to-God truth? No.
I need a good story. I can't let something minor like the truth stand in the way of that.
Well, this woman is just a content creator of the old age. Yeah, there's a jewelry shop. They may be able to clean the gem, or we might find something, but I was already like, there are scissors, and there is a barrel.
I picked up the scissors. With her stunt at the bayou, I figured she owed me one.
Yes. There's a barrel waiting for us to snip a rope so we can drop it on something, so that's for sure.
I picked up the twine. Maybe she owed me two.
I'm just stealing from everyone. There's an article that just says empty grave, body missing. We have the printing press.
Don't even think about it. The spring on that printing press looks like it's going to blow at any moment.
Okay, don't touch it. Yeah, molasses flood waiting. Lost dog. Chip sings in the Gulf. There's her camera there.
There was no way I was going to get past the newspaper editor to get it. Besides, I didn't know how to operate it.
Okay, no stealing the camera. There's some filing cabinets.
Hey, you can't come back here.
Okay,
Sorry.
She won't let us back in there, so we will need to distract her later. There's a canister of some
I didn't
sort.
want to get ink all over me trying to carry the canister around.
Rum for the hot wizard man. Do we need rum for the ritual? Oh yeah, we do need rum for the ritual. You are right. See, I have already forgotten what I was thinking. There is rum, so we do have rum for the ritual. But yeah, we need bones and coffin nails and stuff like that, and gunpowder. Okay, well, we can talk to her.
Yes?
Hi. What are you working on?
One of the most romantic articles this newspaper's ever seen. Francois Fogg, Dead Nettle's local pharmacist, is reuniting with his long-lost love after 14 years apart, thanks to this newspaper's personal ads column.
What a lovely story.
That's right. She mailed in a letter she wanted printed. Her former sweetheart saw it, and now they're on track to see each other again. Eventually.
Eventually?
Well, that's a bit of an administrative issue. In the letter we received, she told him to meet her in her Texas hometown of Magnolia. Due to a tiny typesetting error, he's now on a 6-week voyage to Mongolia. But doesn't it warm your heart how far people will go for love?
I think the gunpowder is in the barrel the cat is sitting on in the fort because it said powder in there, so... yeah, I was thinking we have a coin, so it might be silver. Again, I don't know what American coins are made out of. Could be some other thing that's silver, but I think it might be silver. So yes, we need the coffin, the bones, stuff like that. But yes, she said someone to Mongolia.
Don't you have more interesting stories to write about?
The crackpots this island calls a population wouldn't know something interesting if they paid for it, which they hardly do. Believe me, I've tried to get juicier stories. Scouring the island, doorstop interviews, hiding under windows.
You eavesdrop on people through their windows?
It's called investigative reporting.
Pretty sure it's called snooping.
I'm doing some research on the treasure of Bellemore Manor.
Have you found it?
Well, no, not yet. I've just started looking.
Then don't waste my time. Come back when you've got the goods.
You might not believe this, but I saw a ghost inside Bellemore Manor.
You know what? You're right, McAllen. I don't believe it. Really? You've been on this island how long? And you're already starting to sound as loopy as a local.
She doesn't believe us about the ghost. I mean, we're obviously snoopers in this game, but also, you know, I've been playing I've been playing the Saiyans, right, where all I do is snoop, and every other game I'm like, snooping?
Have you ever written an article on the disappearance at Bellemore Manor?
What a waste of column inches. Leave it. That's my advice. There's no story in it.
No story?
Not one that anyone would believe. And I've got advertisers breathing down my neck.
What do you think went on?
Practically everyone on this island thinks there was some kind of sorcery involved. No one is looking at the reality. If I write up my research, no one on the island will believe me. If I write their wackadoodle theories, I'll be laughed out of the industry.
You can tell me what you've uncovered about Bellemore Manor. Trust me, at this point, few things would surprise me.
I heard the Bellemore Trading Company was losing revenue. Its profits eaten up by who knows what ventures those brothers had going on. I've seen the records. The company was privately owned, sure, but when you've got pressure building and the sharks are circling, you've got to shore up your defenses. I think that's why the Bellemores persuaded Abigail to marry John Rackham.
Marry someone she didn't love?
But he didn't love her either. He was just after the company, so he hires the sailor to seduce her, convince her there's more to life than Devil's Rock. And as soon as she marries Rackham, they split, never to see each other again. He inherits the lot, and she disappears with her lover boy sailor to who knows where.
But why do you think all the guests disappeared?
They bumped them off to cover their tracks. Either one of them could have been sunning it up in Sarasota ever since. But imagine me writing that into a piece of serious journalism.
Yeah, as I said, everyone has their own version of what happened here and who did what and who killed who.
Would you take my photograph?
Do you know how much the chemicals cost to develop those photographs? I'm on a limited budget here, McAllen. Unless you've done something notable, you're not getting into print.
Okay, we've got to find some treasure or some ghosts or we're not getting our picture taken.
Did you know Comptroller Grimes?
How could I forget him? The guy was a walking, talking migraine generator.
Surely you shouldn't speak of the dead like that.
Why not? I spoke plenty worse about him when he was alive. Anyway, I'm sure everything happens for a reason. And hopefully that reason is to increase my circulation numbers. Everything's connected, you know? Have you ever heard of the butterfly effect? I suspect it works for moths, too, because I can never get the damn things out of here. Some people say that if a man breaks wind in Alabama, it can cause a hurricane in Fiji.
I think I shared a train car with that guy on my way here.
That's one stinky butterfly effect, yeah.
What's in those filing cabinets?
Past issues of the paper, going all the way back to 1858. Of course, things were a lot more interesting when Dead Nettle was thriving. People, ships, and cargo coming and going. Lots to report on back then. More than the dregs I have to dress up now.
Well, maybe we can find some secrets in the newspaper, but she won't let us touch it.
Why did the ship stop coming to Dead Nettle?
The Bellemore Trading Company was the heartbeat of this island. After the disappearance, there was no one left to run the company, and it all got sold off. When that folded, so did pretty much everything else.
Yeah, well, if your town depends on a single company to run, then that's not a good thing for you.
Do you have any back issues featuring the Bellemore Manor wedding?
We don't, I'm afraid. Most of the paper's directors were at the wedding, and disappeared along with everyone else. The newspaper had to close up shop for months while it was restaffed. This was back when the Gazette wasn't run by just one person.
Okay, so it is silver, then we're good.
I think I better be going.
Keep your eyes peeled for a story, McAllen. There are secrets on the island, and it's my job to run advertisements next to them.
She is definitely a content creator. She just was born too early. Okay, well that means we do have some of the items we need. I assume that ritual is like just the first step, right? It's not the final thing we need to do, is how we get to talk to the ghost and then more things happen. There is the laundry and all that, but yes. Oh, the gate is now open. We can go into the courtyard. There is some dude here. We've got a fountain.
There was nothing in the fountain except a rim of moss and dirt that made it look like a stained toilet.
Pretty. Can we wash the gem in here?
The brooch needed more than just water to clean it. It needed polishing.
Okay, we need to polish it. We're gonna need some sort of cloth for cleaning. Hello, sir. Who are you?
I glanced at the ledger on the podium. It was mostly empty. The words I could see were written in such an unreadable scrawl that looked like a centipede had dipped its legs in ink and skittered across the page.
Okay, judging much?
Good evening. He looked past me like I was invisible, as though if he ignored me hard enough, there was a chance I'd disappear. I said good evening?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize you were talking to me.
There's no one else here.
Wishful thinking on my part. Have you taken a wrong turn, sir?
I'm just having a look around.
Well, make it a quick one, and I shall need to know your name.
Murphy McAllen, and who do I have the pleasure of speaking to?
My name is Felix Greer, maitre d', bartender, and acting manager of the Captain's Club. When Mr. Perkins has the night off.
Okay, so this is the Captain's Club where the girl is also banned from.
What is this place?
This, sir, is the Captain's Club, a private members club for current and retired sea and riverboat captains. We are highly exclusive. Are you a captain?
He asked with a smugness that told me he already knew the answer.
I thought not. Then may I recommend a swift exit? You'll find a convenient egress to your starboard side. If you like, I can give you a good swift kick in the right direction, sir. And don't feel a need to stop walking until your ankles get soggy.
Yeah, so we do have the captain's thing, right? But I assume we need our picture taken and then put it in the thing to prove that we're a captain. We have to forge the documents. Yeah, this guy is so nice. Nothing like, you know, snobby people working places.
What makes you think I'm not a captain?
For one thing, you lack the grizzle, the crustiness, the essential R of a captain.
How do I get those?
Years of exposure to saltwater and a sullen, uncooperative crew, I should think. Do you even have a boat?
Actually, I did have one earlier this evening, but an alligator fell on it. Admittedly, it was only 3 inches long.
It isn't the size that matters, sir. It's the motion of the ocean. Tell me, have you ever captained a three-rigger through a tropical typhoon? Have you ever run the rapids of the Mississippi without hitting a single reef? Wind in your sails? Fire in your furnace? Waves beneath your keel?
Have you?
No.
Well, it's a little
exactly.
complicated.
In what way?
I get seasick.
Okay, then. Also, yeah, he wants us to be crusty.
Is there any way to prove I'm a captain?
You might show me your captain's license. As I'm sure you know, the state of Louisiana requires all captains of both river and sea to carry one. But don't try to foist off a fake on me. Last week, we had someone present a license with a photograph distinctly unlike their contemporary appearance. The photograph was clearly of someone a good deal older than them, with more facial hair, and most importantly, one less eye.
Yeah, so we have to forge the captain's license to get in there. So,
I best
bye.
be casting off.
Don't feel the need to rush back, sir.
He's not gonna let us in until we do that. Yeah, we could put wine coin in the
I considered
fountain.
throwing my money in the fountain. Maybe it would make a wish come true. But then again, maybe there were more practical things I could do with it.
Yeah, okay, he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't think it's a good use of our spare coin. Okay, so we will need to forge our license. What else we can do? We can see the jewelry shop. See if it's open now and yeah, oh, yeah, it's open. So maybe they can help us clean the gem.
Oh, my second customer of the night. I don't know if I can handle such a rush. Welcome, young man, to Doubloon's Jewelry. Oh, the riches to fill your breeches. Jewels, silver, gold, the finest things for you to behold. Whom do I have the pleasure of meeting?
My name's Murphy McCallan.
Oh, a pleasure to meet you. My name's Jasper Crumb, owner and proprietor. Are you looking for something valuable while you're here on the island?
Funnily enough, I am.
Is there a special someone in your life? Looking for an apology gift, perhaps? I've sold more missed anniversary necklaces and drunken fumble earrings than I can count.
No, I don't need anything like that.
Then how about something for yourself? You look like a working man. Could I interest you in a pocket watch?
Actually, I had one up until about an hour ago. Traded it to a glowing green guy for a magic pouch. As the words left my lips, I realized I sounded like a character from Jack and the Beanstalk.
Pardon me?
I'm just here to browse.
Browse away, young man. I'll be here if you need me.
Yeah, it's like, you know, jewelry shop just filled with men looking for apology gifts and stuff like that. Or so I heard. Yes, there is polishing on all purchases and he buys gemstones. But that means we have to buy something from him.
I need the poster.
Yeah, well, but we need polishing. Can you polish this for us, sir?
Excuse me, would you be able to polish a brooch for me?
Let me take a look. Oh, well, 18-karat yellow gold, filigree wirework, in a handcrafted floral motif.
Oh, that's actually
and
worth
round,
money.
Brilliant cut ruby, if I'm not mistaken, made to fit a music box.
That's right. How did you know that?
I know my own handiwork anywhere. Now, how did you get a hold of it?
Oh, just a gift.
What a generous gift indeed. Well, we do offer free polishings on all items purchased here, so I'd be very happy to shine her up for
Yay.
you. Please, bear with me for a moment.
Yeah, they just are all vampires. That's the secret. They're vampires. This looks like a grinding wheel of some sort, but I don't know. I'm not a jeweler.
There we go, shining like a firefly's rear end.
I'm
afraid the clasp on the back is broken off.
Yeah, well, because you ground it on a wheel.
Wearing it soon, were you?
I wasn't planning on wearing it at all.
There's no shame in indulging yourself every once in a while. Lord knows I can appreciate the comfort and empowerment a pair of hosiery can bring. Anyway, we don't have any replacement clasps in stock, but I can put it in order. In the meantime, here's a button magnet that should hold it in place, as long as you're not too vigorous with it.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yes, it's just like, oh yeah, let me take this delicate gold work and just grind it on this giant thing. Again, not a jeweler, but I don't think that's how you polish very delicate gold work. But what do I know? Anyway, he was like, wear that brooch, you know, look pretty if you want to. But yes, there's a goldfish as well.
There is no way I could carry a fishbowl full of water and a live goldfish around with me.
Oh, well, apparently our pockets have limits. So, you know, we can't carry it like that, but maybe later.
The cabinet was filled with used jewelry. Rings, brooches, necklaces, and more. Even secondhand, I would have had to save for years to afford any of them.
Okay. Can we catch the fish while it's jumping? Yes, those are gigantic rings. Like, you put them on your giant arms. Yeah, but we may have to come for the fish later, for some reason or another.
Robbing a jewelry store really wasn't my style.
Robbing ghosts we're okay with, right? That's fine. Robbing a jewelry store, that's just too much. Couldn't be doing that. Microscope?
There was no reason to use the microscope without something to magnify.
Okay, well, can I magnify the brooch for whatever reason?
While the microscope was meant for jewelry, I was confident I'd already revealed this brooch's secrets.
Okay, so we will be microscope looking at something else. But I don't have anything I need to do it on right now. Well, we can go to the cat now. Fish swap. We need bones for the spell, but we can only look at the cabinet. I assume the bones are gonna be from the graveyard if we can.
The cabinet was filled with precious
coffin.
jewels, geodes, and fossils next to a small sign that read "Treasures of the Earth."
Yeah, I assume we have to tip the coffin and then we will have both nails and bones, maybe? Fish swap. Okay, let's try fish swap.
Nope.
No, he says nope. We can't do that. At least not yet. I think we may need a container for this fish, right? So it doesn't die. Let's go to the cat. Because we can do that now. Here, kitty kitty. Would you like that?
With the newly polished brooch gleaming, I angled it towards the lantern, catching the light and reflecting a red beam on the wall.
It's a 1930s laser pointer for you. Okay, he got us the gunpowder.
I took a handful of the spilled gunpowder.
Okay, so that's another item for our collection that we need. So we've got the silver coin, the rum, and the gunpowder. We need bones, coffin nails, chalk, and black feathers. But we still didn't get to pet the cat. He ran off. How can we go inside? Yeah, whatever. Health and safety, what's that? They don't have that around here.
I already had some gunpowder.
Okay, well, I guess we can go back for more. We now have scissors as well. So we could cut the molasses barrel, maybe, see what happens. Yes, well, maybe if we can get in, then they will let us pet the cat. But yeah, right now we didn't get to pet the cat. Okay, can we cut the rope?
I didn't need to cut
No,
that.
not the door, the rope.
I didn't.
Yeah. The rope, please. I was trying to make him go faster, but it just...
The rope was too thick for the scissors to get purchase. I would have been hacking away for hours like a nearsighted lumberjack.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there is a skeleton. No, he said he can't. He said he can't take the aquarium and the fish. He said that's not possible. Yeah, so another thing we might be able to cut is the skeleton with the scissors. But let's see if we can still get into the manor then. Or is the door closed now? Because we've lost the key. Come on, get a move on. He does really run like a grandma.
I went to open the door into Bellemore Manor, but the key was gone. I was sure I'd left it in the lock.
Okay, so the key is gone now, which means we can't go in there.
From the ground, I didn't have a clear view through the balcony doors, but that didn't stop me from knowing the dark magic that went on beyond that broken glass.
Okay, so it's presumably we're locked out of the manor until we find all of the items needed for the ritual. Anything more here? Yes, there is a raven, but there isn't, like... I was there before, and nothing happened with me trying to press on it. So, what can we do then? Can't go in the fort. Can't go in the church. Anything more in the town? We have... Ned Kipps is still there. I don't know. He may have more things to say. Yeah, we can try. It's obviously... It's all about figuring out what's
Bellemore Manor
next.
are true. I saw the ghost bride inside the house.
Blast it, Murphy. Don't say I didn't warn you. This island has had its fair share of the macabre. The best way to deal with it is to leave well enough alone. Why are you searching for that treasure anyway?
Well, it's my job. The state's claim on that money runs out at 8 a.m., and I'm supposed to find it.
You seem pretty passionate about something that's just for work. What are the odds you draw an assignment like that?
Well, I might have made my own luck there. They wouldn't normally authorize an investigation so close to the statute of limitations running out, especially on a 30-year-old cold case. But thrust a stack of forms in front of the boss 5 minutes before clocking off on a Friday afternoon, and he doesn't care what he's signing.
Well, let's just hope he wasn't signing your death warrant.
He's got a knife. Can we
Most
have
of my
it?
investigations don't amount to more than counting paper clips in a municipal building or going cross-eyed over receipt rolls in a courthouse. When I found that old case folder tucked behind the filing cabinet, its only lead, a water-stained magazine, talking about a real-life haunted house, how could I pass it up?
Can I have your knife?
No luck fishing?
Not a bite, Mac. The Pencosa fish just ain't snapping for me today. Shame, too, because I'm planning on firing up my grill later. And the tastiest catch in these waters.
How do you catch a Pencosa fish?
With hours of patience and decades of practice. You ever wrestled a rod before?
Just the once. I went fishing on Lake Erie, but the only thing I caught was a cold.
Yeah, we can't take any of his stuff.
What do you do with the fish you catch?
A couple I save for myself, and the rest I sell to the captain's club. They fancy them up with lemon lobsters, slawfish, something or other. But everyone knows the best way to cook them is to grill them.
And we have to grill our fish.
You didn't tell me the Spirit Queen was a riverboat.
Oh, sure. That thing's been moored up in the bayou with her keel kissing the mud for years. Witch doctor lives aboard her now. Claims to sell all manner of hoodoo and voodoo. But to believe that, you need to be dumber than the bachelor in New Orleans, throwing beads at the Sisters of Mercy.
Yeah, he's got a very intense stare.
I spoke with Dr. Moray. He thinks we can make contact with the ghosts.
Moray is a charlatan and a fool. Only got into hoodoo and voodoo a few years ago. Before that, he was an actor over at the Calliope Theater, and not a very good one. He's the only person I know who directed and starred in a one-person production of The Pirates of Penzance. And that's because all the rest of the cast dropped out rather than work with him. He's always been searching for respect and recognition. Who would have known he found it by living in the swamp and reeking of incense?
Well, he's got dirt on your hot wizard right there.
Don't you believe in voodoo?
I certainly do. I just don't think Moray's got any more control of it than the rooster has control of the sunrise. His understanding of voodoo amounts to whatever he's gleaned from one of those horror pictures Ventura Studios puts out at the movie palace. My mama used to know all about it. God rest her soul. Voodoo isn't some made-up Hollywood magic, Mac. Voodoo's a real religion. It's about community, about belonging, and about searching for something more than flesh and blood. It's not the snake oil he peddles.
Okay, well, yeah, if the wizard worked in the theater before, then he might be familiar with doing tricks, right? So that might be something. Yeah, like they got
Catch you later, Ned.
some lines
around,
in
man.
this game. Can I have your knife?
Hey, Ned, do you mind if I borrow your knife?
If you need it, Mac, just bring it back to me later tonight, would you? If I'm lucky with my catch, I'll be firing up the grill. You're invited to join me, of course.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Now I got a knife. Can I cut the barrel down with the knife instead? That also goes in my vest pockets. Okay, well, we did get a new item from here. So someone said use the twine on the coffin table, so let's go try that. Yes, we're never giving that knife back. It's ours now. Okay, can we tie the twine to the table? Looks like we can. Good thinking. Yes, let's do the trick.
I tied the twine to the uneven table and took up a hiding spot behind a nearby wall. It was time to wake the dead.
Yes, the classic logic of, you know, if you need it, it will disappear. If you, or...
Oh, why is it so dark in here?
Oh, we're so evil.
Who's that?
I'm stuck. Help! Help!
Oh, we're such a menace.
Hurry, if that's you again.
Get me out of this thing!
Oh no, not again.
Okay. Can we have your coffin nails? And some bones? Oh, look, it's a dead guy.
Mister, Are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was told... Mister? Oh, God darn it! Next time I see that girl, I'm gonna have a pee-wee-sized coffin all ready for her. A few hours locked in one of those should adjust her sense of humor.
We go here in trouble now. Okay, did he drop some nails in the tin thing? Can we have it? He totally did not see us do this. Okay, yes, we're innocent. Okay, so we have the twine back. We can still use it somewhere. But this guy is not dead enough for him to be bones, so we're not gonna get bones from him.
Searching the dead man's body was not something I wanted to do.
Well, I don't care if you want to. Maybe he has something we need. Yeah, there's gonna be so much therapy involved. Is there nails? Can I have some?
I picked up the handful of discarded coffin nails from the tin.
Okay, we've got the nails. Where we get the bones? Hey there. Do you have anything to say?
Hello, Edgar.
Yeah.
Do you know there are a couple of gentlemen up by the church?
Rum runners, they are. Dealing with them is not in my job description. As long as they don't mix up the stiffs I'm burying with the stiff drinks they're smuggling, I'm keeping my nose out. Curiosity killed the cat, you know. And I really miss Mittens.
Oh no, Mittens! What happened to Mittens? But yes, he's like, no one's paying me to deal with them, so I don't care.
Who is it you're burying?
This is Theodore Grimes. He was the
Comptroller for Juniper Parish?
That's right. You know him?
We were supposed to have a meeting. Clearly he's going to miss it.
Sure is. Now he's the late Comptroller Grimes.
Yeah, well...
I best be running along.
Goodbye.
Are we then gonna get a new comptroller? You know, someone has to do that job. In the end, I think. Well, I think we may need to, like, get into the crypt or something to be able to get the bones, but the crypt is locked with some sealed doors, so we don't yet know how to get in there. Any more insight?
I couldn't see any way to open the... Whoever sealed this up intended to seal it up for good.
Okay, it's sealed up for good. We didn't have to seem to have a dialogue to ask him, but we can try again. Yeah, we can become the comptroller. But I think part of it was that this old comptroller had info on the manor, so obviously even if we're the comptroller, that still doesn't tell us anything about the knowledge he had.
I thought I'd leave Edgar alone for now.
We've used up all of the conversation we could have had with Edgar. So, well, now we have a knife and a magnet, so there are things to be done maybe with those. Like, we have a lot of things. So let's... I didn't mean to go to menu. Let's see if we can cut the barrel down with the knife, and if not, we can go back to the mill and see if we can do anything there, since we haven't for a while. Okay, can I use my knife on the rope? He's running. He's running. Don't worry about it. He's doing it. Are we cutting? Is this it? Oh yeah, we're doing it. Molasses. Can we lick it?
I wasn't going to touch the molasses with my bare hands. With the items I was borrowing across the island, some may have said I had sticky fingers, but this would have made it a little bit too literal.
Okay, we may need some sort of container to get the molasses if we need it later. Okay, well, we can go in now, I assume that we've unlocked the door. Yes, new place to explore. Okay, we can get the cow head, I guess. That's bones, right?
I reached up to the cow skull and dislocated its grisly jaw.
That's bones, so... I assume that counts. So now we just need...
It was a manuscript that looked hundreds of years old.
Chalk and black feathers, and that's it, right? Yeah, we got... Like, there is the crow. I have to see if now that we know about needing the feathers, maybe it changes. Because someone mentioned it and I was like, oh, but it wasn't doing anything. Because it just says He was just, it just says tree when I go on the crow.
The stark trunk of the tree didn't offer any possibility of climbing it.
Yeah, so it just says tree and it talks about climbing the tree. Like, what do crows like? Hey, crow, do you like shiny things?
I couldn't do that.
No, he can't do that. Why does it say tree? Are you here for another visit, Firefly, or are you just here to mess with the mic? Cause yeah, I don't have anything else, I think, that could work with the crow. Yeah, she's crawling under the microphone arm, so she may start messing with it a bit. Because, you know, she can't pick a spot where she's not in the way. Please stop touching the mic arm, because that makes weird noises. So yeah, I don't think we can get to the skeleton unless we can get to the balcony. Because there wasn't anything we could do.
The skeleton hung high up in the tree, swaying with each slight breeze. Even from down on the ground, I felt disturbingly close to it.
Because I think from the balcony we can maybe reach it. But here we're too far off. Please. Could you just lie down and not mess with things? Would that be okay with you, Mrs.? Would that be okay with you? Okay, so what else? I guess we can go to the mill and see if there's anything we can do right now with the things we found. We still don't have any grain to give to the chicken, right? I don't think any of those things are of any particular interest to a chicken. We've got some wood piles. Rum for the chicken? No, I think the rum is...
I didn't need to pour rum on that.
Yeah, we don't need to pour rum on that. Chickens don't drink rum. What else we have? We have the sawmill stuff. We have the grease that we couldn't pick up again because we don't have anything to pick up grease with. And we have the door that's locked. Because yeah, we couldn't open that before. And it said, like, we're not good at kicking down.
I tried the door, but it was locked.
The thing. What we have here? We still have the horseshoe. Like, what's that for? And the stuffed fish. Can we... use the poker on the door?
I couldn't break my way through the door.
No, because it was the reinforced door. Magnets?
That didn't work.
No, that doesn't work. I was like, is there something there we can use magnets on? What could we be doing? Because yes, we need feathers and we need chalk. Where would we get chalk on this island? On the beach, in town, in the fort. There's like wolves howling. Chalk from the bar. Oh, chalk for the cues. But for that, we would have to fake our captain's license, right? I assume showing him just the license we have is not going to pass because there isn't a picture on it, right? Look at this.
Without a photograph of me, there was no way he was going to accept it as proof of my being a captain.
Okay, so yes, we need to have a picture of us for the license to fake it so that he lets us in. But you are right that it said there was billiards.
The poster advertised billiards at the captain's club, with 3 billiard balls and 2 cues framing a cube of billiard chalk.
We need to get into the club to get the chalk. In order to get into the club, we need the captain's license. In order to get the captain's license, we need a picture of ourselves. In order to get a picture of ourselves, we need hair.
I'm keeping my eyes open.
To take a picture?
There was no way I was going to get past the newspaper editor to get it. Besides, I didn't know how to operate it.
Because she said no picture unless
yes?
we do something worth taking... Oh, the rum runners. We can
I've
tell
got
her
a
about
story
that.
for you. A big one. There are rum runners at the old church.
Keep your voice down, Motormouth. Do you want us to end up in the obituaries?
I thought you wanted a real scoop for the Gazette.
I do, just not one that gets me on the wrong side of the mob in the process. Pigeon elected mayor, cow does the high jump. Those are the types of stories that get eyes on the front pages.
But I thought journalists had a duty towards truth, justice, and society.
Where'd you get that poppycock idea? My duty is towards the circulation numbers. And while I'd love a shocker of a story, I'd rather not become the story, if you catch my drift.
Okay, so she doesn't want to report on the rum
I think I
runners.
better be going.
I've got my eye on you, McAllen.
We have to find some sensational slop for hair to print. Oh my god, yes. Chickens will eat absolutely anything. They are omnivores. But again, this fish is not a real fish. It's just a stuffed fish, right? It's not actual food. So I don't think they were gonna eat stuffing. Maybe they will, but that's not good for the chicken. Bloom canned beef. Okay, so what story could we give her to print in her paper is the question.
The billboard poster was peeling away to reveal layers of advertisements underneath, like some sort of consumeristic onion.
Consumeristic onion it is. Okay, well, yes, we have to find some sort of sensational story that she will want to print for her numbers. She already read our telegram, so, you know, that's not of interest to her. So what else can we get? Chicken may give us the feathers. It's either the chicken or it's the crow that's in the manor. But it's the... How do we convince the chicken to come out then? I mean, you know, the option is to try absolutely everything on the places, right? That's your point and click logic, right? You can't just do that. See what works, basically. You want some bones, chicken?
It was a handful of...
Yeah, we've got some nails.
Nope.
We can threaten the chicken with a knife, be like, get out of there or else.
Vandalizing the chicken coop wasn't quite my style.
No,
That didn't work.
not the powder. You like some gems?
Nope.
Magnets?
That didn't work.
That
wasn't going to work.
What do chickens like?
I didn't need to cut that.
Because I'm thinking, yeah, if I got some seeds, obviously that
didn't need
could
to pour
work.
rum on that.
Like, any sort of grain or stuff like
Blast
that.
of air may have dislodged some feathers, but there was no chance of them flying out the small opening. I needed to lure the chicken out.
Yes, I need to lure the chicken out. That's what we need to do.
The chicken coop was already crooked enough, and I didn't want to damage it.
Why do we don't want to damage it? But there are things we need in
I
there.
didn't want to make a hole in that. Vandalizing the chicken coop wasn't quite my style.
Oh my god, like, tricking the gravedigger is our style. Everything else is
That
our
didn't
style. But the chicken, you
That
know,
wasn't going to work.
we can't do anything to it.
That didn't work.
Do you like coins, chicken? They're shiny.
Nope.
We wanna read a
I
magazine?
couldn't do that.
No. The manuscript?
That didn't work.
No. Okay, so we definitely need to get the chicken out.
That didn't work.
That's for sure. It's just what would the chicken want and where do we get it? Yeah, we can't be messing with a chicken. That would be unfair on the chicken. However, my cat just thinks like this. It's fair to mess with the microphone as much as she likes. So I apologize for the noises. Where could I get some grain for the chicken? The fort is closed still. Yeah, she's a licensed mess with the microphone technician. Not sure we're gonna get much more from the church, considering that that's locked by them. We already got the rum, and I assume we can't go inside because they're gonna shoot us.
Wandering happily into the hideout of a pair of mobsters wasn't going to be a smart move.
No. We can see the fort from here, apparently, but that doesn't really help us.
The church had a good view of the fort from this part of the island.
Does that help with anything? Because, like, obviously there's the crypt that's sealed, but I don't think I have anything right now that that would open the crypt. Maybe magnet.
Couldn't do that.
I'm just trying to figure out what's the screw jack for, right? Can we use the screw jack on something that would be useful, or the horseshoe? Like, what is this all about? Can I somehow use the screw jack to break down the door at the mill? I'm not sure how would that work, because you would have to get a leverage somehow for it first. Yes, well, we have a bunch of items and it's just like, what would I use those for? Like, excluding the things we need for the ritual, right? Because I assume, therefore, the ritual, we don't need them for doing any other things. But we need to figure something out. Anything new on the beach? Sometimes items or people seem to appear as we progress through the stuff, but no, now it's just some seaweed. Yeah, this is a lot of items, but yeah, I think we can exclude anything that's for the rituals, right? So the bone, the nails, the gunpowder, the rum, and the coin. I think none of that is going to be used for anything else. I mean, that still leaves quite a bunch of items for us to use. God, please. Like, there is so many things in this house. Why you need to be literally hitting this mic with all your might while you're here. Yeah, I think the town is just this. Like, there is the clothesline. I don't know if we can, like, scissors the
reach
clothes.
the clothesline, and I didn't want to cut it down even if I could.
Yeah, it's like he can run across the island, but he can't just get across the thing.
I needed to think of something else.
Yes, like, can we, like, he doesn't say he wants to cut the clothesline, but what can we do? Can we steal something from there?
I couldn't do that.
Nice.
I couldn't reach the clothesline, and I didn't want to cut it down even if I could.
Okay, he doesn't want to cut it down. That's for sure.
Nope.
So no cutting. We can blow the clothes off.
Clothes are going to be fine drying on their own.
Okay, not that either. Yeah, what else do we have in here? Because I don't assume he's got anything else.
I had more important things to do than fish.
Well, apparently we don't want to do fishing. So that's not it.
To make use of that, I needed something to weigh.
What else we have here? I think we checked the notice board already. Where'd you find her? You find a crumb.
Of all of the papers pinned to the board, one article stood out to me. It showed the beaming face of a rotund fisherman on the docks with a headline declaring he'd just broken the island's
fish. Go back to the witch doctor, maybe. Let's see. Is there anything else left here? Like, can we even go to see him again? Because it was like, oh, you know, we can't until we do the thing. But we'll see, we'll see. Alright, we can go in here.
You've returned. Have you found all the ingredients?
Maybe he can give us some tips.
Not yet, but I'm working on it.
Okay. So all we can do is say, I'm going to
go and find the voodoo ingredients.
We're back.
Okay, so it just kicks us out. We're not allowed to search this room. Can we start putting stuff in the gree-gree? Maybe.
I poured the rum into the gree-gree.
Okay, so we can eliminate the items we need.
The dime into the gree-gree. That would work as the silver coin.
So we can get our inventory cleaned up a bit more. And now we have an empty bottle as well, so that's something to
I placed
consider.
the gunpowder into the gree-gree.
If there's a headline for a fisherman, maybe you have to catch an even bigger fish. Yeah, but then when I when I clicked on the fishing rod, he said he didn't wanna He didn't want to go fishing, right? But yeah, maybe we can do weight fish and do that.
The coffin nails.
Yeah, I'm putting all the items.
I couldn't do that.
Well, is the bone not the bone we need?
I placed the jaw.
Oh no, it is. I've just clicked on something else. Okay, well we have the fish.
That wasn't going to work.
But what will we put in it? The horseshoe?
With the ripped seam as an opening.
Ooh.
I placed the horseshoe inside the taxidermy fish. Now it was heavy.
Okay, so we've put the horseshoe inside the fish. And now it's weighed down. And then we can go and measure it. So there's a scales here, so we can weigh it maybe. There we go. What would she know about fish? She's just a content creator.
Mac, does that say what I think it does? You been holding back on me. That breaks Squibb's record.
Squibb?
Jebediah Squibb. The Cajun catcher, he calls himself. Last week at the dead of the docks, Squibb caught the heaviest Pencosa on record. Got his photograph on the front page of the newspaper and everything.
McAllen!
Oh, now we get a picture. She's already
How
here.
How does it feel to have decimated the town record in your first few hours on the island?
How did you hear about this so fast?
It's my job to know about things fast. Now, I'm asking the questions here. Where'd you get the fish, McAllen?
Well, it was a mighty battle on the southern coast. Its fins strong as a motor, its mouth as fierce as a tiger's. I paused dramatically to allow my fishing prowess to wash over them.
What rod did you use?
Wooden one?
I mean, what make?
You know, I didn't use a rod.
You caught the fish without a rod?
My bare hands.
One-on-one. Mono, fisho?
You wrestled a fish?
And I won.
Mano official. There we go,
well,
pictures.
As much as it pains me to say it, you're the cover story in the next edition of the Juniper Parish Gazette. And this is why I'm not getting a Pulitzer.
Okay, can I have my picture now? How do I get my picture?
I've got to hand it to you, Mac. That fish is a whopper. I don't know how you got it, but as long as it keeps Squibb quiet at the porch party tomorrow, I ain't complaining.
Okay. We have,
I'd had enough of carrying these suspiciously heavy fish around. I decided to leave it there.
Well, surely people are gonna look at it and find out, you know, that it's a fake fish. We should hide the evidence. Yes, he's a liar, but a good liar, so, you know, that's the important part. Yeah, but he's not good at hiding evidence.
Murphy! Have you seen the cover of the evening edition?
She's
I think
already
you caught
printed
your
it.
personality perfectly in that photograph. Naive, simple, unsophisticated. Makes it all the more surprising that you actually accomplished something.
I wonder if I should have it framed.
That'll cost you.
Okay. What will it cost me? Can I have a newspaper?
Hey, those cost money, you know.
But it has my photograph on it.
The Do Not Serve board down at Spinelli's bar has my photograph on it, but that doesn't mean I can just pick it up and walk out with it, does it?
I mean, maybe. Can I buy it for a penny? How much is the newspaper?
I'd like to buy a newspaper.
Finally, I get something out of you loitering in here. That'll be 1 cent, please.
There you go. That's all our money.
I picked up the newspaper. The fewer people that saw it, the better.
There we go. Island newcomer breaks fishing record. Last week's record-breaking catch of the Pencosa fish by local fisherman Jebediah Squibb has been rapidly smashed by a newcomer to the island, State Auditor Murphy McAllen. Squibb has managed to catch the heaviest Pencosa fish since record began nearly 8 decades ago, but it proved no match to the vagrant newcomer. With a face dripping with naivety, simplicity, and bewilderment, Murphy McCain struggled to find the words to communicate his unlikely accomplishment. Was it beginner's luck? Foul play? Well, it was definitely foul play. Whatever it was, we can be confident it wasn't fishing prowess, as Murphy McCarran, she's getting our name wrong every time, looks the type more likely to be at the hook end of a rod than the handle. Murphy McCallow's presence on the island is sure to provide amusement for us all, and we wish him well on his investigations here. But how long will his record last? She likes us. Uh-huh. Well, yes, I'm sure she would love to print the second paper
The
about...
headline read, "Island Newcomer Breaks Fishing Record," with my photograph printed in black and white.
Yes, I'm sure she would love to print another issue later of, you know, the fact that we cheated. Yes, but now we can chop.
Carefully, I cut my photograph out of the newspaper.
There we go. Looks great. Just what we want in our fishing license. Yeah, we're poor.
I was going to need something adhesive to stick it in with.
Oh, what are we gonna stick it in? The molasses? Is that it? Don't go to the menu. That button is a bit annoying. The molasses behind the manor. That's sticky, right? We can use it to stick the picture. If he just jogs on. Yes, we've already found the sticky things, so we're on our way.
I touched the back of the photograph to the molasses.
Okay, now it's a sticky photograph, and now we can glue
Thanks
it in.
to the stickiness of the molasses, the photograph adhered nicely to the captain's license.
There we go. Look at us. We're a captain now. And now we can get into the club. Yes, nothing like the point and click logic. Yep. Hello, look at me. I'm a captain. Arr.
My credentials.
Yep, it's me. That's my picture.
You're telling me you are a captain?
Yep.
I trust it's all in order.
I thought you said your name was Murphy McCallan.
That's right.
Then why does this say Captain Knott?
It's a pseudonym for marketing purposes. You've got to stand out nowadays. A cool name's a good way to do that. You didn't think Captain Hook was called Hook before the hand incident, did you? What would the odds of that have been?
Look, Sonny, the bylaws of this club only allow the club manager to verify a captain's license. And Mr. Perkins is enjoying his backgammon soiree with Mrs. Perkins and the ladies this evening, with strict instructions not to be disturbed.
Oh
so
my.
I'll accept this for tonight, but try this again tomorrow night and it'll be another story. Now, with that said, a warm and hearty welcome to the Captain's Club. We sincerely hope you make use of and enjoy our facilities, and do please let me know if I can be of any assistance at all. We don't open for another hour, but if you'd like, you can head up now to acquaint yourself.
Oh, you mean I can head up now to start stealing from you? Yeah, chalk time. And hopefully they have something that a chicken would want.
I waited for the doors of the elevator to open, but
Why are you
nothing
patting
happened.
the
If you
elevator?
wish to use the elevator, I'm afraid to tell you it's broken. You'll have to endure the stairs.
Fair enough.
But I'm a captain! There we go. Chalk! Immediately. Take it. It's
I
ours.
picked up the cube of billiard chalk from the edge of the table.
Yes. Mine. Straight into the
I
gree-gree.
placed the chalk into the gree-gree.
Yes, we're a captain. We're too important for such nonsense. What is there in this cabinet? I need some seeds for the chicken.
The cabinet was locked.
Can we break it somehow? Can we drill a hole?
The glass front would have shattered if I tried to force it open. And I didn't want to get kicked out of the captain's club so soon after getting in.
Fine. Fine. I won't destroy it. Yet.
While I was trapped on Devil's Rock, a map of the world wasn't going to be much use to me.
Yeah. We have to get some crumbs or some seeds for our chicken. What else is here? Balcony. Maybe something on the balcony will have crumbs. Nope,
The door
it's
was
locked.
locked.
Okay, that's it? Did we literally just come up here to get the little
I
chalk?
considered playing a game, but the lack of balls and cues was going to be a roadblock.
You can turn the lights off and just sit here in the dark.
The switch seemed to control the ceiling fans.
Okay. We turned off the ceiling fans. Why? What does that give us?
The ceiling fans were off.
Yep. Cool. Can we tie a rope to
I
them?
needed to think of something else.
No. Because why would we stop them, right? What's the
That wasn't going to
importance of them being stopped?
That didn't work.
Can we drill a
That
hole
wasn't going to work.
for some reason? I don't know, poke them.
I couldn't do that.
Okay, well, for some reason they're stopped, but we don't know why. Time to make a ghost? Well, nothing seems to work with the ceiling fans right now. We have the bottle again, it's empty, so in theory we could put something new in the bottle, like the grease or something from the mill. But yes, right now there doesn't seem to be anything else for us here, right? We just got the chalk and stopped the ceiling fans for some reason, but we can't go to the balcony.
The door was locked.
Because it's locked. This club sucks, okay? There's nothing fun here to do. That's ridiculous. Yes, we can try the bottle on various things. We can get either water from the fountain or some grease. Okay, we're getting fountain water.
I filled the bottle with water from the fountain.
Okay, why do we want this?
There was nothing in the fountain except a rim of moss and dirt that made it look like a stained toilet.
Why do we want disgusting fountain water, though?
The bottle was already filled with water.
Like, what are we gonna do with it? Yeah, no books, no tea, no anything. There's still this puppet theater, but it's still nothing's happening with it.
The sign read, "The Fantastic Fantocchio Brothers will be performing tonight. All ages welcome. Tips welcome even more."
Yeah, apparently they will be performing, but not yet. Yeah, well, barely any. Yes, like, how many people would you want in that town that are captains? Considering there's only, like, you know, one ship that isn't sunk. Well, we can't go down those stairs either. Hello,
Welcome
sir.
back.
Can we mess with anything else you have here? Can we give your fish stinky
The
water?
neck of the bottle was far too narrow for the pudgy little goldfish to swim through.
Okay, so we can't put the goldfish in this bottle, but maybe if we get a bigger container, we can have a goldfish for us then. Yes, we need something for the chicken. And where would that something be? Yeah, I'm hoping it's nothing bad we're going to do for the goldfish, right? We're just gonna take it somewhere nice. Give it a nice evening, you know. Because ball aquariums are also not good for the goldfish, you know. They're way too small for them. Like, that's not a good place to keep a goldfish. And it's just an empty bowl of water. He doesn't have anything in there. One ain't I. As long as the goldfish is not part of the dinner, then I think we're good. There's a fishing net, but he said there was nothing in it.
The fishing net was worn and useless. Using it would have been like trying to catch soup with a sieve.
Okay. Yeah, there is that. Maybe we can cut it off for some sack reasons. Can we cut it in some way?
The burlap sack was too thick to cut through with scissors.
Okay, can we use a knife to cut it? Oh, because yeah, there might be seeds in there. Come on, get a move on. We're cutting the sack. See what's inside. Freeze the soup first. Yes,
I cut into the
seeds!
sack with the knife, revealing it to be full of corn.
Corn, yes. Well, we used the scissors to cut our picture from the newspaper, right? So that worked.
I took the corn from the sack.
Okay, let's get the chicken. Because we're doing it. Look at it. Hey, chicken. There we go. We're feeding the chicken. Can we
I
enter?
scattered the corn on the path. Mere seconds later, it attracted the attention of the curious chicken.
The chicken's white, though. We're gonna need to dye it. The hat and the tail. I don't think we can. There wasn't any interaction on it, on the hat there. Hi. Can we pluck you somehow? Yeah, just a little feather. No?
I was glad nobody had seen that. I may have known how to handle a chicken drumstick, but wrestling the living version was altogether different.
Okay, we still need to figure out how to catch the chicken. Can we tie you up
I'd
with some
seen
twine?
cowboys lassoing cattle at the summer rodeo before, but trying to do the same with parcel twine and a chicken would have been ridiculous.
You haven't tried it. How do you know? Maybe it would have worked, you know? Yeah, it's super goofy. What we have? Can we like blow on the chicken to get the
If
feathers
the
off
chicken
it?
didn't want me to touch it, perhaps a blast of air could do the trick.
Yeah, just blow on it. It's gonna be fine. The feathers are just gonna fly right off. There we go. Some feathers. Yeah, super goofy. There we go. We've got some white feathers. Yes, there is ink in the newspaper office, right? So we can dip them in that and make them black. But yes, this hat, I don't think there's anything we can do with it. Like, it's not... He just goes behind it when I click on it. But, yeah.
Anything to report?
I'm keeping my eyes open.
Yeah, there's also grease, but this was... He said it was ink, right? So it would be black.
Delicately, I dipped the feathers into the canister of ink. When they emerged, they were dyed jet black.
Yeah, we did it, and we put it in the
Placed
gree-gree.
the feathers into the gree-gree. I'd done it. All 7 ingredients for the summoning spell.
Did
now I
it.
needed to head back to the Spirit Queen.
We did it, and then we're gonna go into the hot wizard hideout and see what he has to say about it. She's here, doing her reporting.
I thought I'd find you out here, McAllen.
We were just in your office.
How did you get out here before me?
Never mind that. This will be the last time, McAllen. I'm not your secretary. I don't know what you're up to out here, but I'll figure it out soon enough. But for now, let's hurry it up. These shoes are alligator skin, and I don't want the local fauna recognizing an old friend. Another telegram came through for you, marked urgent. Kip said you might be out here.
My boss again?
Got it in one.
A new telegram. We're in trouble.
McAllen, report back immediately. Received word Grimes is deceased. Lack of resources has made this a waste of time. And I've cottoned onto your little stunt with the Friday signatures. When you get back here, sorting mail is gonna be the least of your worries. Sid Sinclair Auditing Company.
I couldn't believe what I was hearing. On a night when I'd just seen a ghost, this telegram was almost more unbelievable. There was more to the Bellemore story than I could have ever imagined. Now I was being pulled away to a job I didn't want to work, and a life I didn't want to live. Maybe it was time to do something a little foolish. Do I still have that prepaid reply?
Sure do. What do you want it to say?
What are we gonna tell our boss? Why are we going over there to say it? Just chuck it in the
Tell
water.
him I quit. I couldn't
Ooh.
believe what I'd done. I'd quit my job and opened the first chapter in my own adventure. But without a job, I didn't have a salary. Without a salary, I wouldn't have a place to live. And it suddenly became more important than ever that I find that treasure. For me this time.
Yeah, we have to get that treasure or we screwed.
Murphy, have you found all 7 ingredients?
I have.
Wonderful! Now it is time for the final step.
We're
Out
doing
of the
magic.
darkness, the sadness, the fear, I command you, my servant, now to appear.
He coming? Yes, he is. I was like, he's taking a little bit.
I have returned, Master. What is your desire?
The ingredients have been gathered. The final step of the spell is ready. The focus.
The focus of the spell is whatever you are casting it upon. Bellemore Manor is where the ghosts reside. An image of Bellemore Manor is what you must use to direct the spell.
Well, we have the magazine with it, right?
Murphy, do you have an image of Bellemore Manor we can use?
Yep. Yes, right here. Do I give it to you?
Yes, Murphy, that will work. Place it inside the gree-gree as the final ingredient.
There we go.
I folded the magazine cover and placed it inside the gree-gree.
The spell is ready. Finally, the ghosts will be free again.
I'm not sure that's a
Open the
good thing.
Gree, Murphy, and that will cast the spell.
With some trepidation, I took the gree from my pocket and with a deep breath, opened it.
Ooh. The ghosts are coming to get us. We've summoned the ghosts into the manor. All the lights are on.
I am free.
Servant, what's happening?
Uh-oh.
I was never your servant.
Tricked by a
I am
ghost.
your master. You shall do my bidding. I command you.
Foolish mortal. You have served your purpose. No longer do I need to manifest as an ephemeral specter. Now my true spirit form is freed.
Loa, do as I say.
You are of no more use to me.
They said the title, yes. But also, we've been tricked. Oh, and the wizard has been undone. Ah, the place on fire. Run!
I wasn't sure what I'd just seen, but the voodoo fire raging all around me was all too real. I needed to get out, and fast.
Well, I do have some fountain water. Can I do it to, let me out? Good thing we brought that. Would have been in trouble without it. Yes, I'm doing it! Quick, quick. Oh no, now we have a ghost to see. She points. She's about to throw us out the window again. Seriously, lady. Oh no, are we going to the pool? Plop. We didn't even need to do that. Yeah, Crystal, he's gone. He's gone. Part 2, the love antidote. Where did we go then?
As I opened my eyes, I realized I had no idea where I was.
Well, we seem to be in the dark.
Hello? This wasn't good. I checked my hands and still seemed to be flesh and blood.
We're not a ghost for now.
What's happening? Where am I?
Well, but... Okay, there's a band.
Welcome back to Bellemore Manor, Murphy McCallum. We didn't expect to see you again so soon.
What's going on? Am I dead?
Don't be so overdramatic, Murphy. You're still very much alive. But you're the only person in the house that is. I'm afraid your actions have caused a good bit of trouble for us inhabitants of the house.
What's happened?
Let's see if you can figure it out. We're about to play a song, and Murphy McCallum, this one is for you.
We're getting a song.
All right, all you Bellemore Manor ghosts and ghouls, let's take it to a place where voodoo rules.
Okay then. Well, at least we weren't being scammed by the wizard guy. He was being scammed by a ghost and he just didn't know it. Am I doing something? Oh, no. This is just a song, okay.
A house of spirits, but we know of one with evil intentions and now no preventions to all that evil scheme. You're now implicated in this complicated supernatural dream. You cast the spell, now the deed is done. Evil's free, the plan has just begun. Without your detection, we'll have no protection from the Machiavellian game. You set them loose, so you have to deduce who is ill and who is to blame. And self-detested, we'll ask you questions 3. Draw on clues to solve the mystery. The lover, the poor, the devil, oh God. Questions surrounded in doubt. The officer bride, the sailor all died. Murphy, can you figure it out? Can you figure it out? The broken heart stolen by another. Tell us now who is the lover.
Okay, so who we think was the lover? Because we have the lover, the pawn, and the devil. So, I think it's between the bride and the sailor being the lover, right? Like, I think the first officer was, yeah, it's not exactly tarot, right? I think the devil is gonna be the first officer, so it's just between the sailor and the, Abigail for the lover and the pawn. So is the sailor the lover? Yes, we're now getting a song.
I think the sailor was the lover.
Okay.
Someone in love and their love is true. Is it return? What is there to do? They're caught in the middle of baffling riddles. Is love what can carry them through? The sunset life, no chance for dawn. Tell us now who is the pawn.
Okay, well, that leaves the bride to be the pawn.
I think the bride was the pawn.
A bride in love, but in some evil curse, immersed in voodoo and things perverse. She cannot protest, and her mind's not possessed of things that'll only get worse. Wicked spirits in evil rebel, tell us now who is the devil.
Well, that leaves the first officer, but I guess the song changes based on what you pick, right? Because they were like, oh, the bride, right? So, oh, goodbye, gloves. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by, but yes, it's the officer that was the devil.
I think the officer was the devil.
A phantom figure who's now in control. Black magic powers got things he stole. But maybe it's set back, but he's gonna get back, and we'll worry that goes now. Let's go.
Oh, hello, Inklingwood Studios. We're enjoying the song.
Like you do, to fix it, we'll take some strange things. To test it, we ask you questions 3. You do clues and solve the mystery. The officer, bride, and the sailor all died. Questions surrounded in doubt. The lover, the pawn, the devil upon Murphy, you figured it out. And guess who was the foolish boss? Find tracks in hidden vaults. You may think you are done, but it's all just begun. It's time for the ghostly debut. So say trick or treat, cause there's a goal to defeat. And Murphy, we hope that you do. Or guess what? You'll have to die too.
You're gonna have to die. He looks confused. Well. Yay! What a performance by the band. They're back. That was good. That was really good. Yes, welcome Inklingwood Studios to the chat.
And although it was better than being dead, I didn't know what was awaiting me.
Yes, yeah. The sack. We've managed the sack. We're making it, right? All the point and clicking. Eventually we'll figure it out. Yes, the manor now looks a bit more lit. And there's more ghosts in
Who
it.
wanders to this ghostly trick? The prey that prays it will be quick. Do not blame that final try, for once he's in, he's sure to die.
Another ghost? Oh, this can't be good.
Welcome back to Bellemore Manor, Mr. McCallan. My name is Cordelia Lockett. I do hope I haven't scared you.
To be honest, I've had my fill of ghosts for today. Perhaps I should be running along.
I'm afraid you'll need to come with me. There is someone you need to meet.
Who?
Miss Bellemore.
You know, I don't think that would be such a great idea. We met twice already this evening, and I don't think she's taken much of a liking to me. What with throwing me off a balcony and pulling me into a spirit pool. Attempt to kill me once? Shame on you. Attempt to kill me twice? Shame on me, you know? I'll just go. It'll be like I was never here.
Yeah.
It's too late for that, Mr. McCallan. I really must insist.
What have I gotten myself into?
He
Miss
learned
Bellemore,
nothing from the first
Mr.
time.
McCallan is here to see you.
I don't see anyone.
I'm sure she's right there. On her chair.
I'm terribly sorry, Miss Bellemore. I wasn't trying to steal from you. I didn't know anybody was still here. And then I've gotten deeper into things than I expected, and... Miss Bellemore? Why isn't she saying anything? Why is she crying?
This is all terribly exciting, isn't it? I'm afraid there's much more to this than you realize, Mr. McCallan.
Can she even hear me?
I don't think so, but keep trying to talk to her anyway.
What happened to her?
I can tell you all that I know, if you're brave enough to hear it.
I hope I am.
Okay, more story time. I mean, if I'm gonna die, maybe there's gonna be performance too.
All those years ago. And it wasn't Miss Bellemore who was to blame. The morning of the wedding, Mr. Rackham left a gift on Miss Bellemore's dresser. A small leather pouch with strange beads and strange markings.
It's the Grigri.
I shouldn't have been looking, but I saw her open it.
And that cast a spell, right?
Black magic.
That's what we learned already.
Everyone had heard the rumors about Mr. Rackham, but I saw it with my own eyes. Miss Bellemore panicked. She threw the pouch into her music box, slammed down the lid to lock it, and threw the brooch into the fireplace. But it was too late. She was losing herself. I could see it in her eyes. Minutes later, she asked me to bring her fiancé to her room. It's bad luck to see the groom before the ceremony. She told him she didn't love him, but I don't think it was her speaking. He begged, he pleaded, his heart broke in two. He was devastated. I saw him head up the staircase to the balcony overlooking the garden.
Oh no.
But oh dear, I didn't know what he was going to do.
Well, we may have identified the skeleton.
That evening, her wedding to that evil Mr. Rackham began, but it didn't go the way he had planned. Just before Miss Bellemore's lips formed the words, "I do," I could see the forces battling inside her. The real love within her resisting the forged compulsion of Mr. Rackham's curse, staring into eyes that were not those of her true love. And that battle of good and evil exploded.
Hello, Boots.
Just like that, everyone in the house was gone, trapping us as ghosts to remain here forever. For more than 30 years she's been like this, her mind trapped in an eternal battle between the true love in her heart and the evil magic trying to control her. More than 30 years of never-ending heartbreak. And while Miss Bellemore is trapped in torment, do you realize what you've done? You've summoned all the ghosts in the house. including Mr. Rackham, that manipulator, that occultist, that devil, the cause of Miss Bellemore's suffering. He's once again free to pursue his evil deeds because you released him.
It's all our fault. So, yes, I guess the Loa was actually Mr. Rackham in disguise trying to trick someone into releasing him, right? And then, yeah, he used the Grigri to cast the spell on Hare, and that's all that happened. So I guess we got the interaction right, that she was the pawn and he was the devil. But yes, I guess there is a good version of Hare and an evil version of Hare.
If Abigail is under a spell, how is she able to attempt to kill me twice?
Well, it's never happened before. Maybe she's losing the fight against Mr. Rackham's curse, and the evil inside her is growing more powerful. Oh dear, it's almost too terrible to think about, isn't it?
Yes, oh dear. I guess there's murderous ghosts around.
Why is Rackham doing all this? What does he want?
He's after the same thing you are, the Bellemore treasure. But he's willing to do a lot more to get it. And he doesn't care who gets hurt in the process. I'd say he's a lot more committed than you are.
Yeah, he gonna kill us.
I have to do something. How can we stop him?
I'm afraid I don't rightly know. But Miss Bellemore might. She managed to break out of the spell once, just at the moment of the explosion, when Mr. Rackham tried to carry out the wedding. Perhaps if you take her back to that moment, she might be able to break out of it again. To do that, you'll need to create a love antidote to Mr. Rackham's curse.
How can I create a love antidote?
Look in the mirror. In this reflection, she's as happy as she was on the morning of her wedding. And look, there in front of her, 4 wedding mementos and the echoed music of the wedding march, each one a touchstone of that final happy time. If you could gather those 5 things, perhaps we might bring her back to the moment she escaped the spell, even if just for a moment. There's something else you should know.
There's
Mrs.
more.
Craddock, the housekeeper, has announced that all wedding preparations are to resume upon the orders of Mr. Rackham. He plans to repeat the wedding tonight. You don't have long.
But what if I break her out of the spell and she is evil now?
I think you'll just have to take that risk.
Maybe I should go. Try to find someone who knows more about this.
Oh, don't you know? You're just as trapped within this house as any of us ghosts. Try the windows, try the doors. We all have 1,000 times. But it's no use. If you want to escape, she's your only hope.
That can't be true. I haven't died. I can't be trapped here forever like you.
In moonlight's glow, a spectral cell, and whispers of an eerie spell. No one hears his silent shout, for once he's in, he can't get out.
Okay, we're trapped. Yep. Of
No amount of
course.
force or technique or desperate longing would open the door. Cordelia was right. I was trapped.
But what about the
As I
window
looked
we
around
would
at the
thrown
house that
through?
held me, I felt both dead and alive at the same time. Both awake and in a dream. Or a nightmare.
More ghosts. So many ghosts. All around us. They're all running off. We have to find them.
The only way I could possibly free myself was to gather the 5 items to awaken the Ghost Bride, perhaps giving her a third and final opportunity to kill me.
That's one way to get out of it, except when we're a ghost, then we may still be trapped in there. So, you know. Yes, why can't we escape through that window in her room? You know, it's open already. Surely we can just jump out and be gone. But yes, we previously found all the other items to do the spell, and now we have to do 5 items to do the reminder of the wedding, yes? Why can't we just jump off here? Come on. Go down. No? You don't wanna? You're too scared? Well, you were complaining that you wanted to get out. Why don't you just jump down and run? Oh well. I guess he's trapped because he can't figure out how to get off the balcony even though he knows he could. Okay, there's like a toolbox on the thing and another hole in the balcony. Why can't he just, you know, hop off? Get out of here.
Whoa! As I rounded the corner of the balcony, I saw that the walkway had dropped away, the mortar crumbling after decades of neglect. The ground was a long way down.
Again, you did it before. You could do it again. You didn't die the first time. You could jump off. Well, I guess
couldn't
not.
reach the toolbox from the balcony.
Fine, fine. I guess he's a wuss, and he's not going to jump off. Okay, well, it has gotten kind of late, and it's been over 3 hours, so I think we're going to finish up here. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I think we're all gonna be happy to continue this tomorrow in the stream, and we're gonna focus on creating this love antidote to see what happens. So yes, I hope you all had a good time. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for chatting or just hanging out in the background. You know, lurking is also fine. Thank you for liking the stream, whoever liked it. It really helps the channel. And thank you to channel members for supporting the channel. I hope you have a good rest of your day. Good night. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.